0, 1.
Let's get started.
All right, welcome to Unforced Errors. This is episode 15. Today we are on location at Collins Park in North Charleston for a little PPA Challenger.
It's a beautiful day out here, too.
It is gorgeous out. And we are pumped to be here. This is our first on-site location. So if it goes well, you'll be seeing more of us in the future, unfortunately for you. But we're out here. We got some merch. We're all set up. We've got several pros lined up today, so we're kind of just going to cycle through them, Carl.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We got the energy drink truck right behind Frank here.
That's all you need.
He's going to get
just juiced. You know?
Super juiced.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be good. So
it's a nice day, too.
It's still very nice.
Yeah, it's not hot yet, which is really good.
The sun is beating down, but we're going to get through it, and we got this canopy that's providing us absolutely zero shade right now. But in about an hour, it's going to be really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think at this point, we're going to just start rotating some guests in. So, anything else, Carl, before we start with the first guest?
No, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to be on site here and doing the thing with you, Frank. Yeah,
so shout out to PPA. We have no affiliation with them, let's just be clear, but we do appreciate them letting us come and set up and, have a presence here in our hometown. And, I think this is going to be a good one, and we got a lot of really talented players playing this one. So, let's get ready and see what some pro pickleball looks like up close.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have our first guest. It's Jacob Guidry. He's the director of media for the Challenger Series. Jacob, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Give us a background about you. Tell us about you, how you got into pickleball, all the things.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a pretty funny story. I grew up playing tennis and soccer and sports in general. So I always had that like athlete, competition spirit and everything, and loved the events that I would go to. Did a lot of touring and like traveling for that as well. So that kind of really sat with me even into adulthood. And so, I was actually in education before, and so I was a high school English teacher, and I coached ninth grade tennis, and so that was fun. But I knew that I was kind of ready to get out of education, and I had some other experiences outside of education. I ran my own photo and video company, did graphic design, web design, things like that, a little bit of marketing here and there, but also ran social fitness events for the city that I lived in, and so wore a lot of hats, and that's still
and now you're wearing ours, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, and it looks great. Yeah, I do get to keep it. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We'll get it back.
Yeah, awesome. But no, as far as like the PPA goes and pickleball in general, just having that tennis background and always looking to try new things and get out there and exercise. I had been playing pickleball a little bit, never really too competitively or anything, just more socially at your like local chicken and pickles or picklers and things like that. Had met some friends through that, and so I had heard about the PPA tour. Okay. I knew about it. I had watched a few matches, because I grew up watching like the Williams sisters and like all that US Open and everything like that with my dad, and so had that knowledge there. But as I was looking to get out of education, I actually went to a career fair. I went to a sports career fair. Knew I wanted to be in sports, and specifically sports media, because that's really my jam. That's what I like to do. And so I went to a career fair, and it was in Dallas, Texas, where I'm from. And so you have your usual suspects of the DFW scene: Dallas Stars, Texas Rangers, Cowboys.
Huge sports scene in Dallas.
Huge sports scene, yeah. And it's a big deal, yeah. And sometimes our teams are not, the best, but that's okay. They're very recognizable and popular. So I had seen the lines to talk to those people, those booths, and they were crazy lines, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then I saw the PPA tour booth, and there were some people in line, obviously, but it was a bit shorter, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make the most of my time. I'm just going to go talk to him. I had heard about pickleball. Professional pickleball is taking off. It's getting more popular and things like that. So I went and talked to the PPA Tour booth. The first representative I talked to just got really good energy from them, which is important to me. I'm a people person, and so I really connected with them, and then got right back in line to talk to their other representative, and same energy. So I really like who I work with now, and I think that's from day one. So I remember kind of explaining my experience and what I was looking for, and the representative said, oh, you should apply for this job, and it was actually the tournament manager position for this specific series. I think we had talked off camera that this is the first year of the PPA Challenger Series, inaugural year. And so everyone on our team here was hired for this specific series. And so I applied and got the interview, and kind of the rest is history now.
Yeah, I think the most interesting part is the in-person part, right? The human element, because you have so much virtual stuff. Everything is a Zoom call now or a Teams call. Some of those meetings unnecessary, separate discussion. But there's all this virtual stuff going on. But to get that human element where you walked up and talked to two people and you can kind of get the vibe check directly, and same for you. I mean, I think that's so unique in 2025 now in the way that we're living in the world. But obviously it worked for you, and having your background as a teacher was a big payoff, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely always talk about it. You know, teaching for me, especially in my 20s, was really good. A good opportunity for me to learn some of those soft skills, those social skills, working with people of all walks of life, working with people of all ages, really, kids and parents, and just getting to know people and what motivates them, but also how to communicate effectively, right, with all walks of life. And so I think just those skills definitely transferred to that exact moment. And it's funny you bring it up, because the representatives, I think the reason they really were interested in me was not just my experience professionally, but also those soft skills, right? They were telling me that they're looking for people who can, hold their own and express themselves and communicate with people, because a lot of what the tournament management position was about was working with people like you guys, vendors, locals, CVBs, different organizations and things like that. So you do have to market yourself. You do have to communicate effectively and plan events. So I think all those things got me here.
Who is actually allowed to compete in the Challenger Series?
Yeah, that's a great question. So actually, if you are ranked in the top 20 in the PPA of any division, you just can't play in that discipline, right? So if you're a top 20 ranked singles player, you can't play singles, but let's say maybe you're 21 or 25 in doubles or mixed, you can play in those.
Okay.
So we actually do get a lot of players who, they come out here and they're playing doubles or mixed, or they're playing singles and mixed, or however it works out for them, because they can't play in the top 20.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I know we got our guy Scarpa out there putting in the work.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was interesting when we had Max Wild on. He was talking about what the benefits are to this, as far as like you're getting the reps, right? And then you're also able to play players that first of all, it's double elimination. Secondly, you can get a little deeper run because you're not facing guys like a Ben Johns, a Christian Alshon, a Staxrid. So what else have you seen from the Challenger? I know this is new, that has been, you think has been super beneficial to the players.
Yeah, no, I think not only like coming to places where they might already be or pretty close to is huge for them. They're not having to travel to other places, but also I think I mentioned it off camera that a lot of these players come out to the Challenger Series and they come out to multiple. They're really gunning for that contract at the end of the year. They're gunning for, a lot of reps, learning from the best, and there's prize money and points on the line as well. And so I think for the players, specifically the pro level players at least, I think the main thing at the heart of it is those reps. You might drop down into the back draw, but then you still have an option to get bronze, and you still have quite a lot of good players out here that are not only challenging you, but you then get the opportunity to challenge like contract pro players. I mean, that's really unique and cool. And typically not a short day for them because, they still have that backdraw that they can push through. So I think that's from the pro level side. The amateur side, definitely because of its local nature, right? We're coming out to the whole Challenger Series idea is that we're going out to places like North Charleston and Charleston. We're going out to places that have a budding pickleball community, and we're meeting the locals where they are, bringing it to the streets. And I think that's really important for the sport. I think it's really important for the company to, showcase that we do care about the amateurs and we want the amateur experience to be great as well.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I guess as far as Challenger goes, how many cities are we talking about here?
Yeah, so we'll have 12 in this season, and then we technically start the 2026 season in December in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we can't disclose quite yet how many we are going to next year, but it is a little bit more. So
I love that.
It's amazing.
More opportunities for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm into that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to a few more events, too.
Yeah, I don't think this will be the last time you see us, unfortunately, for you and everybody else. But this has been great. It's I think the thing about pickleball is just building the community, and we're here to help grow the sport, and we're just a couple stooges that can't even barely make it out of a 3-5 division. But we are passionate about the sport, and this is the first time that we've just started this podcast in March, and now we're like fully getting into this pro scene. So still a lot to learn, but this past year has been amazing. The MLP run was unreal, whether it was Challenger or it was, the Premier League. And then you have all these PPA events that are coming up. And between the two of those, there's just so much pro pickleball. It's just on all the time. Yeah. And once you start to learn these players, and I think it's cool to learn them, at a place like this, and you get to see them kind of rise, like a tennis scenario where you get to watch them rise through the ranks is really neat. So, I think people should definitely come out and check this out because it's quite well run. And it's like, you would never believe this is the first year for Challenger because this is operating like a well-oiled machine here. So,
yeah, I actually didn't know that. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, first year we started actually, the first Challenger event was in March, late March, actually not too far from here in Columbia, South Carolina. So about 2 hours.
I remember
that
one.
We're going to circle back and be up here towards the end of the season. Cool.
Yeah. Hopefully Charleston becomes a staple that you guys will keep coming to. Yeah. I know the amateur scene's pretty big here, and then we do have quite a few pros that are in the area. So, yeah, I think that this is a good combo of the tour and then the people here. So,
yeah, I also think this Challenger Series is just such a good opportunity to just have the sport grow too, because people can get out here and kind of test their skills at a higher level than their normal open play. And we know a lot of people that are actually playing out here on the lower level too, that are just excited to get out here with some really good players and test their skills. And
yeah, what's funny is that kind of triggered something in my memory. The very first tournament we had in Colombia, I met Ed Perez. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a contract player with the PPA. He's out here on the East Coast as well. And I remember doing an interview with him, and he goes, the thing I love about the Challenger Series, this tournament, is that it's all pickleball. It's not the bells and whistles of the main tour or the MLP, right? Those are very spectator driven, but entertainment, right? That's a lot of high energy and stuff like that. You come out here and it's all pickleball. Like, it is just like an OG tournament. It is really fun. I think the players really appreciate that too. That they can come in and lock in. It's not having to worry about what's all going on. There's not a whole lot of distractions. You come out here, you step on the court, and you're on the same court as the person across from you and in the same conditions, and battle it out.
Yeah, you can definitely like when we walked in there, you can feel the energy in there. It's really good energy, and I think you're right. The players probably are excited to just have that focus be pickleball.
Yeah, I think it's great because you're just running, like we were watching, as like a singles game finishes, winner moves on, he just goes to the next court, plays the next person. It's like there's no messing around, there's no fluff. It's like, let's just play pickleball, to your point, which is great, and it's great for fans because it's just there's no breaks, it's just nonstop.
Yeah. I mean, if you go out there on the bleachers, you can probably watch some match on CC, and then as soon as that ends, you can just literally spin around in your seat and watch another one on grandstand. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah. Anything else for Jacob, Carl?
We just really appreciate what you're doing out here. This is our first time coming to one. We're definitely going to be at more of them, and grateful that you guys are out here building opportunity and excitement for everybody in the pickleball scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys saying that, and appreciate you guys being out here. I remember, DMing you guys and saying, "Hey, I want you guys to come out here because it's cool what you're doing." It really is that you're seeing that there isn't maybe as much media about, maybe podcasts at least, about the pro pickleball scene or some of these tournaments, right? So you're coming out here and helping us, help you, help us. It's a win-win-win, and we'd love to have you out in another tournament.
Oh, we'll definitely do it. Yeah, this has been so great. So to echo Carl's point, thank you, Jacob, for having us and letting us set up this whole thing here and being able to interview pros and media folks and everyone alike. So thank you, and good luck with the rest of the tour.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah.
All right, welcome back. We have secured another guest. This time it's Jay Evans, another pro pickleball player here. Jay, tell the people about you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what sports you played, all of the intro things.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jay Evans. I am a native of Tampa, Florida. I am the director of pickleball for a company called the Pickleball Academy. We have 5 indoor facilities across the Southeast. I played college tennis like many of us. I coached college tennis for 7 years. I got my start to playing pickleball competitively while I was the head tennis coach at Francis Marion University in Florence. So it's really cool to be back here at Collins Park. This is where I played my first ever pickleball tournament. I won my first 5-0 gold here. Just a lot of cool memories here. When I lived in Florence, I used to come down here at least once a month, twice a month, just to get good games in. So really cool to be back at Collins. I relocated back to Tampa about a year and a half ago. Went full-time into the pickleball world, coaching, playing, all that good stuff. I'm the captain and coach of the O-Town Bangers in the All-Florida Pickleball Pro League. So as soon as I'm done today here in Charleston, heading back to Florida to coach the team in the finals tomorrow before it's back on the road to the next couple tournament stops. So, just really excited to be back here in Charleston. Always a pleasure to be at Collins and see some familiar faces and just be out here enjoying a beautiful day and playing some pickleball. Yeah,
I don't think the weather could get any better, so we're pretty happy because it has been sweltering, so it's nice to actually come out here and not drip in sweat. But,
yeah, it is. You said you played your first tournament here?
Yeah, I think it was the Charleston Ambassadors 2022. I played 3-5 mixed doubles. Had been playing pickleball for like a month at this point. Ended up getting bronze, and that was just kind of where the tournament bug bit. Felt good to get back out competing. It had been a few years since I played anything competitive tennis-wise, and I think the next time I played a tournament, it was at 5-0 a couple months later, and just started grinding it out from there. Started playing pro stuff about a year and a half ago now, and unlike a lot of these guys, I'm mid-30s. I fund all of this exclusively myself. I'm my own coach. I'm my own sports psychiatrist. Lord knows I need one when I'm out there. But it's fun. I try to remind a lot of these younger guys, like, you got to love it. You got to enjoy it. The community is amazing. Just, for me, not the best player out there. I'm good enough to be competitive most days. I can press against some people and make matches interesting, but I don't know what the ceiling's going to be for me. For a lot of these younger guys, it's fun to be a mentor to them and just help them on their journey as well. I think my mom tells me this all the time, that the coach never leaves me. No matter what I'm doing, whether it's working at the facility or even out here at the tournaments, coaching my friends, or after the tournaments being their guy that they say, hey, what do you think about this? And just love being the guy that people bounce ideas off of. And just, for me, I'm excited to be involved in whatever capacity that's going to be, whether it's as a coach, as a player, as a broadcaster, as a journalist, as a mentor, as a local 5-0, whatever it is.
Just the love of the game.
Yeah, you just got to love it. You really just got to love it, and that's really just the key. That's kind of me in a nutshell. You got to love what you're doing.
So it's so cool that it sounds like you have a lot of experience coaching and kind of mentoring and stuff. That's super cool, and I think that's so important. I'm sure you had people that did that for you when you came into the game, but just for the growth of pickleball in general, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's giving back and just it's fun to be that guy too. It's fun to be, the person that people go to with just to bounce ideas off of, or, they're 7-7 in a match and they just need that little extra bump. It's just, it's just it's nice to have that respect from people. And some of these guys are players that are way better than me, or are going to be exponentially better than me in a year's time. But just having that respect from them it just feels good.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I think we were talking off camera. It's like you're funding this all yourself, but at the same time, like you're having the best time. It's like you're whether it's good or bad. You're even in tennis, you lose much more than you win, but good or bad, you're still out here having a good time. And I think that's the key to this. And I think that transfers all the way down to you could be a 2-0. And it's like, that's what's so great about this sport. We're just a couple bums that could barely pass 3-5. But, to talk to somebody like you, and then, talk to people at Open Play that are starting for the first time, and you see them get addicted to this sport, and then the connections that you can make through it is, we were talking to Jacob Guidry earlier, and it's like the connections that you make through pickleball are like unmatched in sport. It's really crazy how many people we've already met, and we've just started doing this in March.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's where most of this world of pickleball is a couple of years old.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what it's going to truly be. It's still evolving by the second in every way, shape, and form. And, I always kind of remind my people back home, I say, it's not too late. Whatever it is you want to try to do in pickleball, it's not too late. You just have to just dive in.
Yeah.
And you might dive in head first and bump your head. You might dive in the shallow end and it doesn't end well. You might dive in the deep end and learn to swim. It's just, there's no ceiling. We don't know what this sport's truly going to transcend into. And that's just a fun thing to be in. It's unlike anything that most people have ever seen.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, so you were telling us how well-traveled you are. Do you have a favorite tournament that you've played, or a favorite city that you look forward to on the map? Because you're playing everything, right? I mean, any tournament that's out there, it seems like you're involved in some capacity.
Yeah, I've got what I call a 16-hour rule. If it's 14 hours or less, I'm driving at 100%, which is... I might regret that decision next Monday when I'm on day 2 of the drive back from Little Rock. But, and I know my car regrets it, but my little Volkswagen's good to me, and I'm very thankful for it. I would say in terms of the challengers I've played this year, because I think I've played 3/4 of them, Maine was really fun. I think that was the tournament that I feel like kind of separated... All right, who's going all in on this challenger thing? Who is testing the waters? Like, I think a lot of people kind of figured out where they wanted to be with it after Maine. The weather was terrible. It was, it was 40 degrees and rainy the whole weekend.
Oh, wow.
Facility was beautiful. I think the team did a great job. The team always does a great job, but, Maine especially, like, it just felt like the most fun atmosphere, I guess. So Maine was really enjoyable. I really hope they put that one back on the schedule for next year. Would love to do that trip again. In terms of Maine Tour PPAs, really looking forward to Virginia Beach. Last year, that's where I got my first ever qualifying win. So, excited to return to that spot and hopefully build on the momentum, and it's a cool place. I'm hoping to spend a little more time there than I did last year, but like I kind of say when I'm on the road, as soon as I'm done and it makes sense to get on the road, we're on to the next stop. I'm kind of turning into a pro pickleball bum in a lot of ways. Feel like half the time I'm living out of my car, but I wouldn't change it for the world. When I get back home to Tampa, I'm happy to be there, but I also just really enjoy being on the road, seeing my friends. I don't mind being in hotels. I don't mind being on the road. I don't mind eating Chipotle day after day, or Cava, or whatever bowl place or healthy-ish place it is. But, I'd say Virginia Beach, Maine Tour. Really looking forward to that. And then challenger-wise, Maine was a lot of fun. Baton Rouge was a lot of fun. It's just cool to go to these places. And that's part of it. Go into these places that you wouldn't necessarily plan to go otherwise. I mean, all week at the facility, I've been talking about this trip and be like, you're going to Little Rock, Arkansas? I'm like, I'm excited. Why are you excited? I've never been to Arkansas. Yeah. I want to cross off all 50 states, and it's cool that this year alone, I think 4 or 5 of them have come from pickleball.
Oh, wow.
And, I'm getting to where there's not too many left, and it's going to start involving plane travel most likely, unless I just do something crazy and drive out west for a couple weeks, which don't put it past me, I'll do it. But
start van life, dude.
Absolutely. It's just fun. At the end of the day, it's just fun, all of it.
Yeah, that's something that I think is really cool, especially like with the Challenger. I feel like it's so community based, like wherever they go. And I'm sure that's just such a cool experience regardless of how you play or anything. Just traveling and seeing places you probably would never go to Little Rock.
No,
if it
no
wasn't
shot.
For pickleball, you know what I mean?
And the other part of it's the community of it too. I mean, talking to some of the other guys that have been grinding these out, obviously we play against each other. We're competing against each other. We're fighting for spots. We're fighting for rankings. Heck, we're starting to fight for PPA contracts soon. Mm-hmm. But when the friends do well, when the good people do well, we're happy. A couple guys out there, Nick Romano, Connor Mogle, they just won the Kitchen Open. Mm-hmm. And, first thing you see them today, it's like, dudes, congrats. Why are you not rolling up in a brand new Benz? Y'all just won 25 grand. And they're just like, oh, trust me, that's all going back to pickleball. But, just seeing guys like that, good people win things, seeing when guys from the Challengers are qualifying, when they pull upsets against, some of the bigger name players, you're just happy for them. You're excited for them. I mean, when I had my little run, I'll call it, in Cincinnati, where I got in as a lucky loser, the amount of people that texted me just saying, dude, I am so excited for you. You've been grinding all year. You've been playing these tournaments. You deserve it. It puts things in perspective. I've been joking about it, but it truly, in the pickleball world, was life-changing. You go from, all right, didn't qualify again. How many more of these do I really want to put myself through? How many, more thousands of dollars do I really want to invest in this? And then you get the text, hey, you're in the main draw tomorrow. Ben Johns withdrew. You're taking his spot in the draw. And it's like, oh, this changes things in a whole lot of ways. And, nope, there's no such thing as bad publicity in that world. My name got attached to Ben Johns. It's a pretty good name to be attached to. Got to play Chris Hayworth, who's one of the best singles players in the world. Got absolutely bludgeoned. Wouldn't have changed any part of it. Got to do something that there's a whole lot of people out here grinding, trying to do. Mm-hmm. And not even that, but, you come back home and it's like, what was it like? And it's like, oh, I played a main draw. It was cool. I hope to do it again, but if I never do it again, I've done it. And there's something to be said for that. And, hopefully in a couple days I'll add another one, but if it doesn't happen, we get back in the car and we keep chugging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you're a perfect person to ask this question too. How do you manage the burnout as far as like you're just go, go, go at all times? You're always on kind of a high when you're at these tournaments. And if you're not, you're in your car traveling.
Yeah.
What's the process for that?
So one big thing that I try to do whenever I'm back home at the facility and like I just feel a little off, I jump into some rec games with like our 3-0s, 3-5s, 4-0s that play at the facility. And just try to have fun. I take it just serious enough so that it doesn't feel like anyone's time's getting wasted. But, just hitting the ball around and just trying to remember why I'm doing this. Another one is my dad. My dad started playing consistently beginning of this year. He's about a 3-5 at this point. Still can't get him to hit a proper topspin drop. He just kind of rolls over it. But, he's 63 years old and is out there playing 2-3 days a week, and that there's a lot of benefits to that. So I'll try to jump into games with him every once in a while. We have a park by our house that's multi-purpose courts with basketball lines, volleyball lines, and pickle lines. The nets aren't great, but at the end of the day, it's a pickleball court. I mean, my girlfriend's condos have a couple old tennis courts with temp nets that we set up, and we'll drill for an hour here and there and just try to remind myself that this is supposed to be fun. Mm-hmm. So I'd say that's definitely a big thing. And then just, taking that step back, but still, if you're in my position, 30-something, this isn't the end-all be-all for you. You just have to have those reflectionary periods. I tend to do it while I'm driving. Just put on a good playlist and just ponder life and, use every minute wisely. And then, try to balance it out with the occasional trip or day trip somewhere where it's not pickleball at all. The paddles are not in the car. You're not even looking for a game or a court. You just go somewhere. And I love being outside. I love nature. So one thing I'm excited about in Little Rock is if I have a chance, I'm going to go in the Ozarks or whatever the mountain ranges out there and explore something nice. Virginia Beach, I'm sure I'll spend some time on the water and just sitting there listening to the waves and just having those reflectionary periods really helps rejuvenate my mind and get, try to clear the head.
What advice would you give to like beginners or people just starting to come out to the challengers or getting into pickleball at a higher level?
Yeah, I would definitely say learn a little bit the right way. The beautiful thing about pickleball is there is not really a right way, and that counteracts my point there, but learn a little bit of the right way, develop some of those basics, and then add your own flair to it from there. Invest in a good paddle as soon as you feel like it's something that you're gonna keep doing. Just to even have that credibility when you step on a court. I know when I see it at the facility, the people that play with the 10-year-old Selkirk with no lettering on it, people kind of look at me like, oh, they pull out their brand new Yolas and they're like, I don't want to play with that. Buy a good paddle, buy something decent. Prep yourself to get better and have fun with it. I mean, it's the beautiful part of this sport is it's a fully customizable sport. Watch every guy and girl out there playing pro singles today, and each one is going to bring something a little bit different. We're not yet to the point, unlike a certain other racket sport, where there are tennis ball hitting machines. There are not yet pickleball hitting machines. Everybody has their own little flair, their own style, their own trademark shots. I know I've got a couple that I hit whenever I can, and people are like, Jay, how do you hit that ball? I'm like, I just do it. See the ball, hit the ball, and try to put it where I want to put it. So yeah, I would say start the right way, then make it your own, to sum it up.
Maybe like just two more here. I don't want to keep you, I know you're busy, but what advice would you say, or what do you see the most if you see somebody at a 3-5 level that are making, what's the biggest mistake you see that you think that is the priority to correct? Because obviously at a 3-5, quite aware, a lot of problems, a lot of holes in the game. But what do you think the most important thing is to prioritize there?
As much as the game today doesn't want you to do it, learn to hit a drop. Learn to hit a proper drop. Power paddles have changed the game. More and more high-level athletes come in, have changed the game to where it's a much more power and hands-based game. I don't know. For me, the feeling of hitting a beautiful third shot drop exactly where I want to and winning the point off of that, second to none. I'd much rather do that than hit a backhand flick or a forehand drive winner or an Ernie or anything. A proper top spin third shot drop. Learn it, love it, live it.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's great advice.
I could take that advice.
Yeah, well, we'll take it, and we won't do it, but we should. Awesome. Well, it's been awesome. Carl, you want to hit him with the final question?
Oh, who is the funniest on tour?
Oh, funniest on tour. I've got personal bias on a couple of these.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
personal bias.
I mean, I go way back with both of these players. Mari Humberg has one of the best personalities. I mean, anyone who knows me knows how close her and I are. Can't say enough good things about her. She's definitely one of the funniest and best personalities. On the guys' side, it's tough to go against Greg Dow. I mean, it's every time I see Greg, or Ryan Sherry, of course, but anytime I see Greg, he tends to say something that makes me laugh. And as someone who considers himself to be pretty funny, Greg's funnier than I am, without a doubt.
Well, we won't let Greg hear that. But yes. Well, Jay, thank you so much for coming on, talking to us about everything, and giving us a little insight on what it looks like to grind out some of these tours and the work that it takes to do so.
Yeah, also, if you want to take a second and shout out, if you have any handles, social media handles, or any sponsors you want to shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys can follow me, Instagram, J Evans Pickleball, all one word. All other socials are J Evans 813. Shout out Tampa. That's my home for life. Greatly appreciate Engage Pickleball. I just re-signed for year number 4 with them. I'm probably one of the only pickleball players left that have been with the same paddle sponsor for 4 years. So they've been unbelievable to me. Discount code Evans 20 Evans on all Engage products. New paddles are sick. Check them out. U-Drip and grips are great. And then the Pickleball Academy. We've got locations in Savannah, Tampa, Lakeland, Florida, Smyrna, Georgia, and we're about to open in Greenville, South Carolina, indoor pickleball. So
Nice.
Definitely check out the Pickleball Academy. And I'm just grateful for all the people who are supporting this journey from home and from everywhere. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity to get on here. And yeah, thanks again.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, that wraps it up with Jay Evans. We will be back with more. Don't you worry. All right, welcome back. We have our next guest. It's Connor Mogle. Connor, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Tell the people about you and give us like the background on you so everyone knows where you came from and how you got into pickleball.
Yeah. So I'm from Michigan. Grew up around Jackson, Michigan, which is kind of lower Michigan. I played tennis in college at Spring Arbor University, which is pretty close to where I grew up. So I played like 5.5 years there. I got a master's and did the whole thing, which was great. And then I moved to where I currently live, Grand Rapids, for my job at the end of 2022. And Grand Rapids has a great pickleball scene, and that's where I picked it up, was at the end of 2022. Kind of started drilling a little bit and getting more into it as I picked things up. And got addicted fairly quickly.
It's easy to do.
Yeah. So, and then started playing some pro events with a guy that I play with all the time. His name's Nick Romano. At the beginning of 2023 is when we kind of made the leap to some pro stuff, and kind of been doing it ever since.
Nice. Shout out Nick.
Yeah. Shout out Nick. Yeah. We just won the Kitchen Open last weekend in Austin.
Oh man,
somebody just told me that.
Yeah,
so they were like,
congrats.
you have to get Connor on. He just won the Kitchen Open, so that's great.
Yeah.
Congrats on that.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
At what point did you realize, I mean, obviously you have a tennis background like so many others, but at what point were you like, all right, I'm going to be done with the full-time job and go kind of full throttle into pickleball?
Yeah, so I actually got laid off in May, unfortunately, but it's kind of been a fortunate thing because I've kind of been able to dedicate a lot more time to the game. Before I was just doing a full-time job and, playing some APPs and doing things like that throughout the year, but I wasn't, fully committed. And in order to win at this level, you really have to be fully committed. Like the athleticism, fitness, and shot making is just at a crazy high level. So so it was kind of unfortunate, but since then it's been unbelievable to be able to actually put the time that's necessary into pickleball. I've won some tournaments since then, and it's been really fruitful.
Nice. Maybe a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Made you take that next step.
Yeah, no doubt.
It sounds like it was the right one too.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You are number one in singles and challenger, is that correct? I saw I'm basing this off the Instagram post that is pinned on their page, so.
Yeah, I am. Maybe not after today, but I am as of right now. So yeah.
Well, let's keep some good energy.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Yeah. But the challengers have been great. It's been fun to play singles and all the events out here. So.
What's your favorite thing about Challenger?
I mean, the thing about playing, APPs or PPAs is for us that aren't going to be in the main draws all the time, you don't really know when to fly in, when to fly out. Challengers make it very easy to okay, I'm playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can fly in Thursday and I know I'm leaving, Sunday night or Monday morning. Which is very practical and a boring answer, but that's my favorite
it's
part
great.
of it.
It's great. I mean, I know we were talking with Jacob, and he was talking about how he loves how the Challenger really comes in and kind of not only represents PPA, but actually the community itself too, and that's something that I think is really cool. So I mean, have you seen do you like traveling and going places and seeing these places you might never?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely a lot different than just going to all the typical major cities all the time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is really good to see different spots. I mean, Charleston's an awesome city. Obviously, I've been here once before, but it's great to be back. We've been in some other really cool spots, in Eau Claire, Wisconsin was another really cool one. They had this waterfall lake thing. So after the matches, I was and it was 85 degrees or 90 degrees. So I was just jumping in the water after that.
That's awesome.
So you get to see things that you maybe wouldn't see otherwise if you're in the typical cities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
I mean, we had Jay Evans on earlier, and he was talking about the same thing. Is like, I would have no reason to go to Little Rock, Arkansas. I would
Yeah,
not go there.
no.
But like, I'm excited because now I get to knock that off my list. Like, let's just like, what's up? What's up in Arkansas?
Check
Let's
it
check
out.
it out.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool about it. How do you think training has changed now? So you were kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out initially, and then in May things changed. How does the training regimen change for you? Now that you have the time to actually kind of go full into it.
Yeah, I mean, now I get to do, before I was really just trying to squeeze in an hour and a half or to 2 hours of play and then like an hour-ish of a workout in a day, and that's pretty much all I had time for. Now I get to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours on doubles and then an hour and a half to 2 hours on singles. And then fitness, and then I get to spend another like hour and a half on recovery, and it's just like so nice to be able to do that and not have to worry about like time constraints or prepping for the next tournament and wondering like, what do I need to focus on more based on how I'm feeling right now. Just having the time to like put into like both events is huge.
Do you have a preference, singles, doubles?
I mean, I have more fun playing doubles just because I'm with someone. Singles can get pretty lonely out there, but I think I might be a better singles player, oddly enough. But yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, Connor, we appreciate you coming on. I don't want to hold you up. I know you have a match coming up, so we wish you the best of luck. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Now
this was awesome.
We'll be following your journey and seeing how things go. But I think that, like Carl said, kind of a blessing in disguise there in May. I mean, we might have unlocked something here that you maybe wouldn't have taken the step for ahead of that. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, no, totally. It's like, there's always a plan, and you never know what can happen. Just putting all the eggs in the pickleball basket right now.
Hey, it's working for you, man.
Yeah.
One final question. Do you know it, Carl?
No, you tell me. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep here.
Yeah, he might fall asleep during this interview. Funniest person on tour?
Oh, funniest person on tour. That's a good one.
Could be multiple people. I don't know.
I think Tristan Dussault. He's hilarious. Yeah, I love trying to pretending like I'm gonna run at him and like truck him over and then just like jumping out of the way. But he's a character.
That's awesome.
He's a battler. Yeah.
Awesome, Connor. Well, thank you again, and best of luck today.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, good luck, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, welcome back. We now have Hunter Iono, who is the director of Collegiate Pickleball. So we are going to get a nice schooling in DUPR for the collegiate level. Hunter, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm super stoked to be here. I don't get to go on podcasts very often, so this is big time for me, man.
This is your time to shine.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Obviously, and this podcast is massive.
This is basically like the Joe Rogan show for me, man.
Oh yeah,
it's very similar.
This is a big deal.
So so tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about how you got started in pickleball and kind of your role.
Sure. Okay. So I'm from Utah originally. That's where I got introduced to pickleball.
Part?
Southern Utah.
Okay.
St. George.
I was gonna say beautiful.
Yeah, just like right outside of Zion National Park.
Oh yeah.
Incredible. Such a good area, and such a good area for pickleball too. So I was going to school at Utah Tech University, and at that time I heard of pickleball before. I honestly thought it was like the dumbest thing ever. It was really only for old people. I was walking on campus. There was Club Rush going on, and I got invited to come play, and I initially turned it down. I eventually worked up the courage to go try it out, and probably like what most people have a similar experience, I played it once and I was hooked. It was just so much fun. So I started playing pickleball on campus, got more and more involved. Eventually I realized that I wasn't going to be the next Ben Johns or Tyson McGuffin.
There's still time.
We also realized this.
Yeah,
just recently, I think.
I think that that kind of train of thought runs through everyone's mind. Especially, I'm super competitive. So I grew up playing tons of sports: football, lacrosse, wrestling. I played a little bit of football in college as well, and I was always looking for that that competitive sport to scratch that itch. And I tried a bunch of different things like adult wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and it's like, I guess now there's like those, if you ever see those like 37U football teams.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Not really on my radar, or was on my radar, but I guess it's a thing now.
Yeah.
But like I was like looking for that kind of outlet. And then I found pickleball, and I was terrible at it, but like just you're able to pick it up so fast, and it just like blew my mind, and I was hooked. So I was playing a whole bunch, realized I probably wasn't going to be very good since I don't have that background in like racket sports, never played tennis really. So I kind of transitioned to like the club leadership there and started running the club, started running practices. And at that same time too, DUPR was starting up their college program. So it was back in 2022, they started the very first collegiate national championships in Austin, Texas at Dripping Springs. I don't know if you guys heard. It's like not a thing anymore. R.I.P. Dripping Springs. Yeah, but dude, it was so sick. So like we put together a team. We were so good. Not my team was so good. I was like the best water boy ever. Equipment manager, like all-American equipment manager. So like, dude, we went there and it was insane. I mean, we had like the time of our lives there, and we like this no-name Utah Tech school. Like we were playing against TCU, UNC, NC State, like all these like kind of big name teams, and it was just like so cool. And we were good too. Like we made it to the finals, and we played UNC in the finals and lost. Sad. Colin, that was Colin Schick's debut.
Okay.
And back then he was like not even a 5-0, but he was still like the best player out there.
Right.
Insane. And dude, that atmosphere was just so fun. Like it was freezing. We were all huddled under like this one covered court. It was so loud. Like people were going crazy. We all lost our voices. Steve Kuhn was there handing out pizzas. Like all the kids were drunk, and it was like, dude, I got addicted to that. And so we went back to the school, and we were just figuring out how do we get more involved in this. And so we started going out and competing, and DUPR started expanding the tour. And at that point it was like 4 qualifiers to get to nationals, and we competed in almost all of those. And at that point it was like 16 teams total across the country playing. And then as it kept expanding, like more and more teams started joining, and it started growing like crazy, man. It was just so fun. And eventually I interned for DUPR about like a year later, started helping run all those events, and it kept expanding. Like the next nationals was 32 teams, and then the next nationals after that was 64 teams, and now it's like capped at 64 teams, and there's additional brackets, and now there's like hundreds of schools playing in these events, over thousands of players, and it's just insane now. Like the level of play is crazy. From the very first nationals, there was not a single team with over a 5.0 average, and now it's like in order to be top 25 player, you have to be like 5.5 plus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we have players like that are really good. Also, like, are contracted pros as well. And, they're playing in PPA main draws all the time. So it's grown insane. It's a huge beast. So I work for the UPA, so PPA MLP side, and we run a tour, the Collegiate Pickleball Tour, the Adidas Collegiate Pickleball Tour, with DUPR as like a joint venture. And dude, it's been such a ride, such a fun time.
How many dates is that usually then?
Yeah, so we hold about 50 tournaments a year, and then the season follows like the school schedule. So this was just the start of the 25-26 season, and then in spring of 26 will be national championship. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so where are you playing these? Are these just like random neutral locations? Or are you picking different, is there different home schools that get to host, or how does this all work?
Yeah, so there's kind of like 3 levels to play. If there's any like college teams out there thinking, how do we get involved with this? There's 3 levels you can play. There are regional qualifiers. So there's campus regionals and super regionals. In order to play in nationals in like the main bracket, the championship bracket, you have to earn a bid. So you have to go to either a campus regional or a super regional and place either you either have to win the tournament or like place top 3 in like the super regionals, and those are all scattered around different locations. Campus regionals, there are, I believe, like 16 each semester. And those are hosted by schools, different venues, and super regionals. There are only 4 a semester, and those are hosted at like bigger venues and usually have like 200 plus players in them. Wow. Yeah. Awesome. The other way that you can play is like what we're doing this weekend is a college showcase match. So this weekend tomorrow we have Clemson and UGA coming and playing here on Championship Court in front of a crowd, a lot of UGA fans, a lot of Clemson fans around here. And it's just like a great opportunity to showcase these teams and like these clubs that are, working so hard behind the scenes, doing all these practices, playing a whole bunch, and then we just give them an opportunity to play in front of a crowd, and like people love it. Yeah. They just love getting behind a team.
Yeah. So this is a whole thing. So like we were not aware that this existed.
Yeah, I wasn't. It's incredible.
We were talking to Jacob, and that's why like before we had you on, I'm like, I need to understand at some very minor level what you do because it's very intense. Yeah. And there's a lot going on. But this is great. Like now we're expanding this into college, making this a whole thing, and you're going to really pull so much more talent in and grow this sport at such an insane clip.
Yeah, totally. No, and it's great. I feel like college is like the perfect level for this because it's all MLP styles. It's all team based, and I'm huge on team based pickleball. I think obviously like watching the stars play, like watching Ben Johns, Jack Sock, Tyson McGuffin, Anley Waters, like it's so sick watching them play. But what is also really sick is just rooting for a team, like getting behind a team that you care for. And I think MLP is getting there in terms of, team recognition, but it's like everyone has a college they root for. Yeah. And now like almost all of these colleges have pickleball teams at some level.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's unbelievable. And we love the team sport too. That's the beauty of MLP is like you kind of attach yourself to a team. You learn those players more than otherwise that you would just at a regular event. And then you even learn, some of the bench players for them. Yeah. Because there's injuries or people have other things going on. So yeah, really excited. We have Ross Whittaker coming on tomorrow. So
nice
to get the background for the Sliders' insane Cinderella run. Yeah. Will be awesome. Yeah. And then James Delgado also is supposed to be on tomorrow as well. So we'll be able to hear his, first I need to know how he hits the ball so hard. That's why I told him, just tell me how you make somebody Swiss cheese because this guy's insane. But I think the team atmosphere is just insane. And then the Dream Breaker is like such a great format.
Dude,
just love the Dream Breaker.
It's electric.
Like
it's so good.
More Dream Breaker style, please.
Yeah.
Because you get to see people too that are really damn good at singles that just don't play it because it's such a grind. Yeah. Like we watch Megan Dazon and I'm like, why is she not playing more singles? Right. She was nasty.
Incredible. And then people just, it's the perfect atmosphere for people just to step up too. You know, normally you could have people that just aren't singles player, but they just go out of their mind when they're playing a Dream Breaker, and the crowd just gets behind them. And it's, I don't know if you guys were there, but probably like the most wild Dream Breaker I've ever seen was just a few months ago in Dallas at the Dallas MLP event. And I'm it's going to kill me. I forget who exactly it was. But there was a Dream Breaker going on. I think it was the Flash versus someone else. And it was just, you could not hear a thing because everyone was going crazy.
Yeah, actually, we had a podcast recapping that. And I think in the podcast, I was like, this crowd was so nuts, the cameras were shaking. Yeah. Like I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. But like, talk about an atmosphere you want to get fired up, and you're going to get your best pickleball out of these people because they're all competitors. Yeah. And to juice everybody up like that, everybody wins. Yeah. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the team either, but that and then the championship was bonkers. I mean, the fives and the fives, the sliders, the flash, all of those matches were just like rotating craziness. Yeah. So it's, like I said, I'm a huge fan of team-based pickleball, and I think college is just like the perfect flavor of that, So how do people get involved with this? Do you pretty much a lot of these bigger colleges, I'm assuming, already have this that's going on. I know some smaller colleges around here just have like a pickleball club. It's not a sanctioned thing, but is there a way to get smaller schools involved in this as well, or how do you think that works as far as getting access to this type of program?
Yeah, totally. I think, if you're a college student and you want to play college pickleball, there's already a great chance that there's some sort of organization, whether it's like a student org or like a competitive club sport already on campus, and that's a great place to start. And I think the awesome thing about college pickleball right now too is that it really is the Wild West. I mean, you have teams like Utah Tech, which is, it's like 10,000 kids on campus, but like they're ranked number 1 right now for playing against, University of Georgia, Clemson, all these, University of Texas, like all these huge schools. So it's like, really, if you're a baller, you can play college pickleball. It doesn't really matter what school you're at. There's room for you to compete. So I would definitely start on campus, looking around, see if there's an organization there. If not, we've helped students connect with organizations or kind of help them connect with players already on campus, because we get a lot of inquiries already about how to play. And then once you figure out a team, it's just sign up. All of our events are pretty much open registration as long as you have a team, all from the same school, all taking at least 9 credits. You can slap on a jersey and get out there and compete.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives these kids a lot of opportunity for some exposure too, like if they want to continue in the sport.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like Colin Schick, he lit it up at the first ever national championship, and then he was signed pretty soon after, and it was like incredible. It was he did that, and then he went on to beat Ben Johns in singles, and then and there's like tons of college players right now playing too, like Zoya Khan, Mehvish Safdar, who they're both here now.
Yeah, we're supposed to have her on.
Ava Ignatowicz, University of Miami. There's tons of emerging pros as well in college.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be perfect.
Yeah, this is really cool to know.
Yeah, this is like, because we were not aware that this was a whole thing. Obviously, I feel like there was some type of college involvement, but I didn't realize it's really developed. Like,
yeah.
When did it become? I guess when did it become so developed? Is this like in the past couple of years?
It's growing so fast that it's like you blink and all of a sudden like it's there.
Right.
Really, I would say a huge amount of growth has come in the last 12 months. At the start of this year is when we really solidified our partnership with DUPR, and they've been amazing. They're so good to work with. DUPR's chief of algorithm, the algorithm czar, Sarah Carpenter. She lives in North Carolina. She's a UNC player, or I don't know if she's still playing, but just DUPR's been awesome to work with. Really, it's just like the past 12 months have been incredible.
Awesome.
So it's growing at such a huge, rapid pace. Even coming up in a month in Dallas Worlds, we have the Collegiate World Championship, where we have international college teams coming in and playing against U.S. teams.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
So we have college players from India, from Taiwan, Republic of China, depending on who's asking, Australia, Brazil, and so they're going to come represent their countries, and they're all college players, and it's going to be insane. And then we also have, like this past summer, we had college players. We had a college all-star team play in the MLP Cup. In the MLP midseason tournament. Okay. They played in the against Challenger, MLP Challenger teams. And then we have the same thing also at the MLP Cup in Dallas in just a month. Yeah. We have another all-star team playing.
You guys are putting in the work, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great that, the PPA, MLP, DUPR are so invested into college pickleball that, we can kind of experiment and
have
fun with it. It does. There's just so much hype. It's so fun. It's so addicting. Like pickleball's already addicting, but then college pickleball, it's like, how can you not, know?
Yeah, like you said, it's an easy transition too for people that are maybe like getting into pickleball to have that team to fall back on and kind of root for, so they don't have to learn all the players at once. They kind of have their team, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't even have to know exactly who's playing. You just see the colors, you see the logo, you're like, all right, dude, that's my team.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate this info, because this is going to educated us quite a bit.
It did.
And then the audience, I think, will really enjoy this content and now we got to keep an eye out for the collegiate.
Hey, Frank might be down in Dallas too, right?
I think I'm going to be down there for Worlds.
If you're down for Worlds, let's meet up, dude.
Yeah, I was talking to Jacob because he's Dallas based, you're Dallas based, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm there for a wedding, but I might see if the wife she does not watch this. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but I might just
get her VIP
sneak
tickets.
out.
Might change your mind.
Yeah,
There you go.
Just sneak out, get a little content.
Yeah.
Link up with the lads.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, Hunter, we really appreciate you coming on, giving us
Sweet.
the education on this, and yeah, we'll link up in the future and get an update and see like where we're at in 12 months from now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this. It's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to keep along, just follow Collegiate Pickleball on Instagram.
Perfect.
At Collegiate Pickleball.
At Collegiate Pickleball on Instagram, and yeah, we have a pretty good following. It's where we post all the college stuff, all the college updates, post all the winners, who to follow, who to root for. So it's pretty sweet. But thank you so much for having me on. This has been awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, that is Hunter giving us the college update from DUPR, and we appreciate his info. We will be back with another guest. We'll see ya. All right. We are back with another guest. This time it's Pro Tom Protzek. Tom, thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So give everybody an idea of who you are and kind of how you got into pro pickleball, because I know you have a little bit of a unique background coming from soccer. So
Yes.
let's touch on that and all the things.
Okay. First of all, I'm Tom Protzek. I'm originally from Germany, Hamburg, Germany, actually. Beautiful city. You guys definitely need to go at some
I would
point.
love to go.
It's
on the list.
pretty. So I'm always very nice about other cities. So I say like Munich is a very nice city too, but Hamburg is the one. So if you guys want like the full package, you guys gotta go to.
Well, if we go, we'll definitely get Rex from you, because I love to hear the local side. I like to see the local side of things.
For sure.
Touristy, you got to do it while you're there, but I'd like to see the off the grid stuff.
Show you some places and stuff. And like you kind of mentioned it, unique background. I used to play soccer, and I played soccer my whole life. Played in the academy, did like all this trying to go pro in Germany type of thing, and then I would say like the stereotype. Soccer player of like, I got hurt, my knee, blah blah blah. So got lots of injuries as well, unfortunately. And then COVID hit, and I got the opportunity, even though I was already had 2 gap years already. I had the opportunity to come to America to play D1 soccer, and went to Tulsa, to the University of Tulsa, TU, and played some D1 tennis at D1 soccer. Sorry, I was hanging out with the tennis guys a little bit, so I always tried to keep going, play a little bit of tennis and all that stuff. But I mean, you're always so busy with playing, practicing every day, going to the weight room. And we were actually like a very good team. I think my first year, we were ranked number 2 in the nation at 1 week actually, and like mainly like 12 to 10 and always. And yeah, so I mainly played soccer, did that for 3 years, was always like a little love-hate relationship with my coach. And at some point, it just didn't make sense anymore, and we decided for me to graduate early. I was on trial with FC Tulsa, so that's the pro team in Tulsa. So they play USL Championship, so the 2nd division. Started actually liking soccer again, and it was a good time. The coach really liked me, but then the politics played a big role again, and the coach actually legitimately talked to me and told me, hey, if you were American, I would have signed you yesterday.
Oh wow!
But obviously, they only have like, I think let me lie, but it's like 7 or 6 international spots,
Sure.
and they were all already taken, and you're not making like insane of money. So he was like, hey, I mean, you told me already you were doing like this pickleball thing and all that stuff, and I was very passionate about it already, because I started last year in the summer to play with like those 5-0s in Tulsa, and Tulsa 5-0s, sorry to Tulsa, are not like the 5-0s we see in like those tournaments, I would say. So, but I at least got some decent reps before that, because I was only playing with my friends and with my college soccer buddies, and we just played with those warm-up paddles a little bit, and I was always a little better than them, but I just I never knew like where I'm at. And then I kind of started last summer to figure that out, and then I think in Dallas last year's like Worlds was my first pro qualifier, and didn't make it. But then in Milwaukee, I had a run to the round of 16, played Federico, Stagsrud, forced the 3-setters, so I won one game. And without practicing, so I was like, come on, if I can do that without practice, I kind of want to see like how far can I go, you know?
Yeah.
And then stopped playing soccer and trying out this whole pickleball thing, and got blessed that I found Versix. They helped me out with like the PPA and all that stuff, and got signed in I think May. So May in Atlanta, that was my first signed tournament. And yeah, since then I'm on tour and trying to make a name for myself. And, yeah, living the dream, I guess, but with like lots of obstacles in there, because as an international, it's pretty hard. But that's kind of like my story. I mean,
Incredible.
and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, pushing Fed to three
yeah,
to 3 sets.
that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
That's a hell of
Yeah.
a way to
Yeah.
get going.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you're playing that, are you thinking like, oh my, I barely trained for this and I'm pushing the number 1 player in the world? Did you think there was a chance, like, I think I can beat him? Is that always the competitive side where you think you can beat him?
So the thing is, I know what is real and what's not. I feel like in tennis, I know no chance. Like I can play with like those tops in the world now. You know, I know how to hit a ball and all that stuff. But I feel like in pickleball, the margins are a little smaller. So because I'm so fast, it was always like my strength in soccer as well, or like quick. And it just helped me, I think, a lot in those, that I like still got to that ball, and like in singles and all that stuff. Because in doubles I wasn't that good in the beginning.
Okay.
It was just singles that I still had those tennis strokes from back in the day, because I was always like, Roger's my guy, so I was just always watching like still tennis, even though I didn't play as much. But yeah, so I think like even not playing and practicing as much, I still felt like I can compete with those guys in singles, not in doubles.
Right.
Even though I made, actually in Milwaukee, I made all 3 events main draw, and I got already a little better, but I saw like there was a little bit more room. You
Okay.
know? But in singles, I felt like I was already kind of there. But yeah, no, but like those guys do it consistently every day, like every tournament, like Fed is making a run or whatever, you know, like all those guys. And this is kind of like what I'm lacking at. And still, like sometimes I can play incredible and I feel like I can beat everyone, like, and then sometimes I can't even hit a drop. In singles,
But you're
but
still
like,
so new to this sport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's crazy.
yeah, but yeah, no, it's a blessing for sure.
So you came here from Germany for college. That's when you moved, or
Yeah.
you were already in the U.S. prior?
No, I've never been to the US. I didn't speak English. Well, I was always like one of the worst students in my class and all
Your
that
English
stuff.
is amazing.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I appreciate that, but it's
Oh.
actually like I really learned it here. So it's a funny story because when I learned for the test, so usually you have to do, I think, like 3 tests to go to study in America if you're German, or I think in general. There's like a TOEFL test, an SAT test. That's what you guys do too, and I think another test, but whatever. But for me, because it was COVID, everything was locked. I only had to do a freaking Duolingo test. So I only had to get like 100 points on the Duolingo test to get to some schools. And so I was like, oh my God, this is my chance, because I always liked American, but I was not able to speak the language. So I was always a little bit, can I do that? Whatever. And yeah, COVID helped me out a little bit in that case. So it helped me to get like an extra gap year. So people got like the 5th year of eligibility and like college. So, and I got just an extra gap year. So, and then with like broken English, came over here, watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians to learn a little bit of English. Because
That's
I
where
feel
you
like-
learn it.
I feel like those like reality TV shows, it's easier to understand it from, because that's how they
how
actually
you
talk. you
Yeah,
know?
that's how people
So
talk.
like when I watched like, I don't know, Suits or whatever, I was still like, damn, they use like some words. I'm like, I don't know, but like when Scott talked some trash over there, that was kind of funny.
That's so funny. I've
Yeah.
heard people say Friends is a big one.
That's
amazing.
But Keeping Up with the Kardashians was kind of like my go-to. That 1 month I was preparing for that Duolingo test. And
That's amazing.
yeah, and I mean I had like actually like good offers too from like UCF for soccer and other stuff. I mean TU was very good because I mean we were ranked number 2, but like those big schools as well. But like actually UCF, for example, I just use that as an example because they wanted to fly me in, take the SAT test, and then obviously how I do, they can give me a full ride or not. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna pass that ACT test. So like I'm just gonna go with that Duolingo test. And yeah.
All right, so you come from Germany, and the first stop is Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, baby. Yeah.
I mean, I personally, have you been to Oklahoma?
I have not.
I've lived here for 38 years
Okay.
in the U.S. I've never been to Oklahoma.
Shit.
But I just feel like that's like kind of a hilarious place. Nothing against Oklahoma, but like most people's first stop is like New York City, and then
Yeah.
they branch from there. But you went right into it.
Right into the
to-
thick of it.
And how was that? How was the transition? Like, I guess there's obviously some dramatic
Yeah.
differences from Germany. What were the things that you were like, whoa, this is kind of wild?
It's a funny like I just want to mention that because I was obviously talking to a lot of different schools for soccer and all that, and so when I told this different school that I committed to Tulsa and I didn't go to San Francisco, they were like, what? So I was like, no.
Right.
But for me it was very important because I talked to obviously the coaches and all that stuff, but we had a German in my team who gave me like a very good feeling of like, because I couldn't speak English and all that stuff, so I kind of knew if something happens, this guy has my back. I can talk to him in German. So he just gave me. So he basically made me commit because I just felt safe.
That's
kind of.
good.
So I kind of needed my people, which I come back to like why Oklahoma too, like why I'm still there because I mean I graduated basically now a year ago.
Okay.
And I'm still in Oklahoma because it's
Awesome.
just about the people for me, and I don't want to say I owe them that, but like
You connected there and
yeah,
stuff.
I'm connected, and people help me out, and especially the pickleball world over there. Like everyone knows me when I'm in town. They reach out. They like even like the smaller challenges or whatever. Like people text me and all that stuff. They believed in me, And
That's awesome.
And that really made me stay in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But like come back to the switch from Hamburg, Germany to Oklahoma. I was surprised how many trucks can be on the street, for sure. Like those little pickup trucks. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, so that was a huge difference for me. Then I mean, we have obviously fast food in Germany, and I live in like the second biggest city in Germany, so we have all this stuff. But like how much fast food there is, and kind of like how the streets are like the same too. I don't know. It's like I have a really, really good sense of direction usually, but in Tulsa I'm still driving with the GPS because I'm feeling like everything looks kind of the same, and like something obviously like so in Tulsa I'm getting better, but like it's just like I feel like I don't know, it's just kind of weird for me driving. It's like okay, I think I missed the turn or whatever. So
Are you still in? You're still in Tulsa? Or
still in Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little tough for pickleball practicing wise, but I mean I'm traveling so much right now and meet so many people, so I'm kind of able to practice in like different cities at the tournaments. I go to Wichita sometimes, practice with Jay DeVilliers. I don't know if you
Yeah.
with him and Pat Smith, another German guy I'm staying with. Last time I was at his house, I didn't even see him. So it's
wow.
yeah, but yeah, no, it's still Oklahoma, man.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really cool.
Do you get to see your family? Do they come here, or is it pretty tough for them to get over this way?
It's I don't want to say it's tough. I mean, there are enough flights, but I don't want to say we're like a rich family. We're like normal middle class in Germany, but it's just still expensive to pay like just like $1,200 just for a flight, and they have commitments too. My mom is a police officer too, not on the streets anymore, but like still, like my stepdad has a job, and they try to push pickleball as well, actually. So I kind of got them into it, and now they actually run the north of pickleball in Germany, and we're getting a little bigger. And
nice.
So I would actually love to go back, but with my visa and all that stuff, it's kind of hard. So we're trying to figure it out. But they just came once in my sophomore year, and then I usually go for Christmas, and then depends if I can in the summer or whatever for like 2 weeks. But like with soccer, it was always so hard because they always wanted us back pretty early. So like when school starts in, I think, let's say 15th of August, they wanted us back in July 5th.
Okay,
to like do some extra workouts, how that works. But yeah, that's kind of that. So I'm FaceTiming with them. But no, they just came once.
Well, I guess it's good that you said that Tulsa's kind of helped you know, feel at home here. I'm glad that you've had a good experience in the U.S. because not the case for everyone. I feel like sometimes it's tough. Depends what city you're in and who you get linked up with. But the beauty of this sport is it's very easy to make friends.
Oh, for sure.
So the networking is really incredible.
Yeah.
But I was curious because it sounds like obviously your parents have taken a liking to pickleball, but a lot of people that come from another sport, usually tennis, is like we ask what your family thought when you said, I'm going to transition from X to pickleball. Were they excited about this, or were they still hopeful? Like soccer was still their preferred?
No, because it was such a love-hate relationship between me and soccer, and it was just so toxic. And my mom was always just like, the problem was I was actually good in soccer, so like I just couldn't let it go because I feel like I had everything what it takes to go pro. I mean, obviously everyone says that about himself probably, but so it was just so hard. But then pickleball made it so much easier for me than when was it, like in September, October, when I was like, cut, I want to try this pickleball thing. So my mom always supportive. My dad was always like, yeah, all right. So what is this whole thing, you know? It's easy or whatever. But like now, like seeing like how big it is, it's getting bigger. You know, that I think he's warming up with it. But my mom always like right away, like do what you love, and I want you to be happy. And I wasn't happy anymore with soccer, even though it was a little bit more fun again. But I got hurt again when I talked to my coach, and it was just not worth it doing like both at the same time. And I just couldn't even kick a ball anymore. And I just like, my body went through so much with soccer, and I think it was the right decision. And I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, it's working out for you, man.
So far, so good.
Not bad.
How has your experience been with the PPA Challenger?
With the challengers, I would say like very successful in like doubles, immense doubles. In singles, I was always like struggling a little bit. But no, I really like it, and I met new friends. Like Jacob's my guy too. You know, like
that guy's personality,
dude, this
electric.
guy, I love that guy. So
we've been messaging back and forth, and he originally had us have Max. We had Max Wild on the podcast, who is the human exclamation point. Another guy with personality through the roof.
Yes, for sure.
And so finally meeting Jacob in person is like, I get it now. Like,
he's a great dude.
And I just like the fact of, I think the bigger picture of the challengers. I think we have to figure out some more like about like the venues and all that stuff to give the players a better, I don't want to say like a better facility, but like sometimes it's just like temp nets and all that stuff. I don't think that's the best look, and like doesn't make necessary bring people back, you know. And but I think it's in general it's like very good for like those, not amateurs, but like those semi-pros who try to make a breakthrough or whatever. I think it gives them a pretty good look on where they're at, you know. Like you have a double elimination thing, so like even you know how it is, like first round sometimes it's so hard, you know, like you're just getting tight or whatever, you just don't feel loose at all, lose first round, but you still can come back and win bronze. So I think that helps a lot of players, I think, to like, okay, let's try those challenges first before, because if they play pro qualifier, the pro qualifiers in those big ones, they pay $150. If they lose first round, you're out. You know?
It gives people more opportunity.
So I
succeed.
think it's a good thing, and I'm really glad for the semi-pros and for us too to like get some more points, you know, get your rankings up and all that, and because for us it's hard too. I mean, obviously we're blessed that we're in the main draw, but still, like if we win first round, we're gonna go top 10 guys every time, you know. So it's hard, but I mean, those are the guys you want to beat too, you know.
100%.
So
but you're getting the reps here, and then I think, you know, nothing helps build the sport more than getting stuff like this. And we watched your match today with Juan Benitez, and that was, I mean, you know, it doesn't always go your way, but you guys put on, that was a hell of a match.
We appreciate it.
We loved it. And the energy from you is, you know, I can feel it. I love that stuff. So
I appreciate it.
So we're going to definitely stay following your game and
love it,
and wish you the best. Carl, you want to ask one final question?
Yeah. Who is the funniest person on tour?
Oh God, I don't want to give him the credit for that.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
That's a great answer.
I feel like if you ask him, he would say himself too. So it's just with Jay, we always laughing. You know, we just get so close, and he's kind of like, I don't want to give him the credit either, again, but like he's just kind of like my mentor a little bit. I mean, he just lives 2.5 hours from Tulsa too. That helps to get a lot of reps with him too. But he's hilarious. Like, just like how can you talk so much, dude? It's
So
crazy. Jay DeVilliers, it's pretty funny.
Yes, he's commented on our stuff before with some type of dad joke, and we love that.
Yeah,
I said I can tell you're a dad.
No, he is, but like in his, like, sometimes he behaves like a child and talks, and I'm like, you have 4 kids, like, for real? Like,
that's great.
I feel like I'm more mature than you, but like, no, but he's a very good guy. Thanks Jay for helping me out and all that stuff, but he helps me definitely become a better player with like drilling and all that stuff. So
Incredible.
But yeah,
that's awesome. Well, Tom, we thank you for the time. It was a pleasure to watch you today, watch your craft, and get a chance to have the human interaction with you. And now we can put a face to the name, and we're good to go, and we'll be rooting for you.
Perfect. I appreciate you guys, and thanks for the hat. Right?
Yeah,
so,
It's yours.
Unforced errors. I mean,
Tell Jay we'll get him one when he's on the pod next.
I can relate definitely. So
and if you want to shout out any social media or any sponsors.
I mean, just my social media is just Tom Protzek on Instagram, and that's enough with like all this sponsors and all that stuff. I mean, definitely huge thanks to Versix that they had my back and believed in me and gave me a chance, and ready to get some runs there in those big tournaments and stuff. But no, I appreciate you guys. That was awesome, and I hope I see you guys again. I mean, I'm still playing 2 days. We'll see how my heel works out. But no, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, best of luck to you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
All right, welcome to day 2 of Unforced Errors. Today I am Carl-less. He is enjoying the keys, and I am here watching some pickleball. I have my first guest. He's fresh off the MLP championship, and probably the hardest hitting guy I've ever seen. It's James Delgado. James, thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I've been looking forward to getting on this podcast. So
yeah, awesome, man. We're happy to have you. Give the people that don't know you, give them a rundown. Who's James Delgado? Kind of where you came from, how you got to pickleball.
Yeah, I played tennis all my life. Pickle obviously was not the first choice, but yeah, it worked out for the best. I started playing at a local park down at Central Park in Florida, and I was at my brother's Orange Bowl tournament, and somehow played with my first sponsor. Yeah, and then picked up from there.
Awesome. So you said you came from tennis. You played college tennis, or you haven't even hit college, right?
No, I didn't do college.
So you're just full steam right in.
I was top for all. I was nation ITF. I played everything.
Okay.
But yeah.
What was the reasoning to make the switch?
I broke my wrist.
What was the first exposure you had to pickleball? And what did you think of it when you first saw it, especially coming from a tennis background?
I love doubles. So like when I first started playing at Central Park, I was like, this is actually a blast. Right. I just love like the hands and stuff like that, obviously. And then, yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot of people hate on it from tennis, and then they play and they're like, oh, this is a whole different world.
Was your family supportive when you were like, I'm going to go full into pickleball, or were they kind of like, are you sure?
Well, my whole life was tennis, and my dad especially was my coach, so he was obviously not really pushing it. But over time, he likes it deep down.
Yeah, good. What's a regular day look like for you on the pro scene, as far as like what's your routine that you've gotten into now?
Man, it's like 4 or 6 hours of pickle, and then I hit the gym. Occasionally I'll have a lunch.
If there's time.
Yeah, if there's time. And then I do lessons at Carolina pickleball. So yeah, my whole day is just pickle. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think, as far as becoming a pro pickleball player, what do you think one thing is that people don't realize?
How hard it is. Everything's so fast, and you're always moving and traveling. The traveling is brutal. You travel every week to place. So I love to travel personally, and I'm young, so I'm taking advantage of it. But all these people that have kids and stuff, it's brutal.
Yeah, definitely. What's a favorite spot you've been to play?
That's a tough one. I gotta say New York, just because I'm from there, and Central Park was insane. I love New York.
Well, it also helps that you were there for the championship.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the championship too. But
speaking of that, give us the run of how you got on MLP, hooked up with them, and then how you ended up with the Night Owls.
Yeah, so a little backstory. Chris Patrick is in Charlotte, and so he knew me from the start of my career. So a little inside scoop, and then went from there. But everyone was like, "Who is this guy?" And then yeah.
But you trained with Brooke prior to joining.
Yeah, every day. Good and bad every day.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the thing with MLP is the Dream Breaker sets some of these teams apart. And
absolutely.
I mean, who better to have than Brooke Buckner, who she's not too bad at singles, so that helps to give you guys such an edge. But how was the championship Central Park, and what was that experience playing the Chefs? And we're a Scarpa guy. We love Scarpa.
Yeah.
We're big supporters of him. So we're rooting for the Chefs, but like I think I posted on Instagram, it's like we're just fans of pickleball.
Yeah.
And your game just jumps off the page. So. Yeah, I mean, what was that experience like? So you're back in New York. Are you from the city? Or are you from the upstate?
I'm from Long Island, so outside, but not too far.
So you have a lot of people there?
Yeah, my grandparents and my family actually came down. That was an awesome experience because they don't really get to make all of them, so that one was just really special to me.
What an unreal experience.
Yeah.
As far as strategy, how do you approach these games? Are you scouting these people ahead of time? Or do you come in and are you just making adjustments as you go?
So I watch a lot of film, like way too much film. But the thing is, like about pickleball is like you can watch film, and then you go out and it's like a whole different person. So like it's brutal. So you kind of have to watch and then adapt as you're playing because you don't know how good they're gonna play and what new tricks they learned, I guess. So
just like sometimes with tennis is like people say you lose a lot more than you win.
Yeah.
So we always talk about the mental game of pickleball because it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
How do you handle like a bad loss? What's the strategy for that?
Oh man, I don't handle it well, that's for sure. Yeah, there's been a couple of different methods that I've used, but
anything that isn't violent, I guess.
All right. Well, typically I rewatch the match and just kind of what did I do? Like, what went wrong? In other words, and typically it's like either nerves or just mental. So. And then shot selection is huge. So just stuff like that. And then afterwards, you're like, why not do that? So.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. So you said you like doubles. Is that still preferred? You still prefer doubles over singles?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm all for partners and getting big on the court and stuff like that.
Makes the game a little more enjoyable. You can share the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
If you're not playing pickleball, what are you doing? I know that's limited time, right?
Yeah. Probably golf, hanging out with friends, obviously. And I also cycle. So I road cycle.
Give me most memorable win so far.
Most memorable? It's got to be my first against Pablo and Kwong in Cape Coral. That kind of jumped me on the map. And then that was actually after I got picked up for the night out. So that really boosted everything going. Yeah. But probably that one.
Because you've been pro how long now?
Signed about a year.
Okay.
But playing pro probably around 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
A year and a half, I would say. Yeah.
You're a young dude with like crazy talent. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A lot of fun to watch. So one last question for you. We'll get you out of here. Who is the funniest person on tour?
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta go with Pablo.
Pablo.
He's funny. Or even Madonia. I love Steven. He's a clown.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody? How do people find you? Give us your handle. How do the best way to reach you?
On Instagram, it's just James Delgado PB, and then I think that's about it.
Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Yeah, obviously Adidas, and then Grizzly Grips.
Great.
And then Carolina Pickleball. Yeah.
Shout out. All right. Awesome. Well, James, appreciate you coming on.
No, thank you.
Good luck today. I'm going to be rooting for you, and I can't wait to watch you make some people turn to Swiss cheese with that hammer of a shot you got there. So, all right, that is it with James Delgado. You can follow him. We'll add the link there, and we'll be on to the next guest. All right, welcome back to Unforced Errors. I have my next guest, which is Nick Romano. Nick, welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Tell the people who you are and how you ended up in the top 10 list on PPA Challenger.
Cool. Awesome. So, my name is Nick Romano. I'm from a small town called Pinckney, Michigan. I've done about 8 of these now. So I've been traveling around with my buddy Connor.
Yeah.
Came a long ways here. Hilton Head is obviously like an hour from Charleston. My family and goes there once a year. So love to be back here and kind of in town. So happy to be here.
So not your first time in Charleston. You're well versed with the culture.
Yeah. I've been here a few times, so it's good to be back. And yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
What's the intro to pickleball for you? Were you previous tennis or what's
Yeah. So college tennis is my background. So I grew up middle school and high school playing tennis. And then once I graduated,
where'd you go to college at?
I went to a small school called Spring Arbor in Jackson, Michigan.
Yeah.
So those were the roots are. That's where I met my doubles partner Connor. A couple other pros on tour, Monica, who's out here too. She plays on the women's tour.
Great.
So yeah, great university, great school, and yeah.
So how long have you been playing pro?
It's been about, I would say, 2 years of, I started on the Ep.15 tour a little bit, and then for this past, the whole year, I would say about, 12 months now, just been trying to get traction in the challengers and then doing some of the main draws, the PPAs too, and had some pretty good results, so, yeah.
How has your training regimen changed and the drilling schedule and things now that as you start to get more serious from a year ago to now, has it changed dramatically, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it definitely shifts based on, some of the tours and tournaments and stuff use different balls, and so you got to kind of get used to the ball that you're playing with. The Lifetime, I think, is going to be around for a while, and it's a great ball. So, but generally, I try to play at least once a day for a couple hours. I run a country club back in Michigan called Barton Hills.
Shout out Barton Hills.
Yeah, shout out to Barton Hills. So I'm a little busier in the summer months, so it's harder to squeeze in drilling time, but our season's slowing down there, so definitely try to drill more this time of year and then going into the winter. So yeah.
So you're traveling a lot, right? Where's the next one that you're headed to?
The next one, Connor and I are going to run back and do Little Rock, Arkansas next week. And then we just played the Kitchen Open.
And you won.
Yeah, so we got the win there.
Congrats.
Thanks a lot. We were super excited about that. So yeah, that was awesome. The guys did a great job out there running the kitchen, and obviously there's a lot of hype and big status around that. So that was great for us to take home the gold, and yeah, we were really excited about that.
Yeah.
And then there's a second one of those coming up later in October. So
we're in Texas?
We're gonna run that too. I think that's in Wait, is it in Georgia?
Was the first one? Where was the
first one? Was Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the next one's gonna move location.
Yeah, it's moving location. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you and Connor met in college, but do you usually play with him, or do you mix it up sometimes with different partners?
Yeah, I would say like 90% of the time, him and I generally run the tournaments together. There's a couple other guys in Michigan that I've played with. But for the most part, when we're both available and we're good buddies, and yeah, we play well together and can mix and match on either side of the court. And yeah, it's always fun.
Who's the go-to for mix? Or is it not mostly playing doubles?
So I'm trying to steal a girl named Kelsey Matthews from the APP tour. We just played the Cincinnati Open.
Nice.
We went to 3 with AJ Kohler and his partner Lacey. So yeah, that was in the round. We won our first round against one of the top senior pros, and then we lost 11-9 game 3 against AJ Kohler, and he's a top dog. So we were happy about it. But she plays a lot of APP. So that's who usually I play with if I do a main draw of something. So yeah.
Good. Since you started turning pro, what's one thing that's kind of surprising that you maybe didn't think about that you deal with on a regular basis as a pro player?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's tough. So we're from Michigan. There's a good handful of guys, but just training wise, I still have a job that I'm. A lot of these guys on tour, they're drilling 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And they have some of them are in Florida, Texas, California, so they have a big pool of players. In Michigan, we kind of tend to play with the same guys, so you know each other's strategy, the styles, so you can kind of get away with certain things, do certain things. You know what their best shots are, their worst shots.
Right.
When there's a bigger pool of players, like out here, you kind of have to adapt, which that makes it fun too. Playing new styles and new play. But
so you have an indoor place, I'm assuming that you frequent because of the weather.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So there's a good group of guys and girls that go to some clubs near us, and then we travel a little bit in Michigan and play with other players. But yeah.
Is it hard to come out of the indoor and go out into the elements? Like today's been obviously the tarp or the tent almost just blew away. A little bit windy. So is it tough to transition from indoor to outdoor?
Yeah, I feel like just with the tennis background, you kind of get used to adapting and stuff, but it is different because we are used to playing indoors a lot in the winter. Obviously, we're in Michigan. But I still enjoy playing pickleball outside and dealing with the wind and the sun. It just makes
everybody has to deal with it.
It's just how you play it,
Right.
So, yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
what would you say one of your most memorable wins was? Would it be the kitchen? Or you have one that kicked off even before that?
Let's see. Yeah, the kitchen was definitely an exciting, huge win for us. Yeah, we've got some good wins over some signed players. Last tournament we played, we were just kind of chatting about that. We beat Brandon French and Chuck Taylor, so that was a good win. Yeah, some good singles wins against like Max Freeman, Edward Perez. We've had some other good wins on the tour. One that, well, I shouldn't say could have been, pickleball's up and down, but we played Cape Coral this past like 3, 4, maybe 6 months ago now. I made the round of 16 in singles, so that was probably my best run. Almost played against Alshon. I lost like 13-11, 12-10 in the round of 16, so that was good. And then Connor and I beat Max Freeman in doubles, and then Kwong's brother. That was in the round of 64. And then we lost to J-Dub and Klinger, and so that was a good team. And we were actually up 6-0 in game 2, so we were feeling good. And then before you know it, they locked down, and so it was cool to see that we can battle with some of the top pros, and we're excited and want to keep seeing what we can do,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We've seen a lot of the top talent now. Yeah.
Do you have a preference? I know you play both singles and doubles. Do you have a preference on which one you like more, or does it kind of depend on the day?
Yeah. Strategy-wise, I like doubles better, just because I feel like it's more like a game of chess. You're just structuring the points more. In my opinion, in tennis, I was always a singles player. I love singles. Singles is still a blast to play out here, but I have more fun playing doubles. Just the fast hands, building the point structure. Singles, I feel like a lot of the time it's just you got the shot or you don't, and points can be short. Some of them are really long too, but doubles is just a little more of the quote-unquote pickleball, build the point and structure. So yeah, I would probably say I like doubles better.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, I'll get you out of here before this thing blows away again.
It's getting windy out here in the afternoon.
It's coming.
Yeah.
One final question. Funniest person on tour?
Funniest person on tour? Ooh, that's tough. There's a lot of funny guys out there, or girls too.
You don't want to gas anybody up too much either,
I would say, I gotta give it to a Michigan guy. A guy named Chris Walker. He's done a few of these tournaments. He's up and comer too. He's from Michigan. He's just a riot. He gets the crowd fired up wherever he's at. He loves the energy, the momentum, and he actually started the Michigan Pro League. So there's a Pro League in Michigan.
Okay.
And he started it this year. He's just a fun guy, He's a good guy. Just loves the energy. He's hyping the crowd up. One of those guys that's gonna run around, clap everyone's hand, and just get fueled up. So he's the man, probably. Yeah.
Need more of those people.
Yeah, we need more of those hype man. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome, Nick. Well, I appreciate you hopping on.
Cool.
Great
Thanks,
to talk to you. I know you're going to play some more today. So good luck with that, and good luck with everything going forward. We'll be watching.
Thanks a lot.
How do the people reach you?
Yeah, I have an Instagram at Nicholas Romano Pickleball, or PB. So yeah, you can find me there. Yeah.
Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Yeah, Carbon. I've been with Carbon for a few years now. Great company, love the paddle. So yeah, shout out to those guys from California. Great guys, great company. I'm talking to DAPS Pickleball. So hopefully we're structuring something here soon. And I love their shoes, so I'll give them a shout out too. Yeah, excited about it.
Well, I appreciate your time, Nick. Thanks so much for being on.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back to Unforced Errors. Today, my next guest is the creator of Rallie Pickleball. His name is Eric Franson. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. Give us a rundown of how, we were talking a little bit off camera, went from a marketing background, transition to pickleball. How did that all look?
Yeah, about 2.5 years ago, I was introduced to the game by my neighbor, and which is crazy to think about. The first year, we'd play randomly once in a while. I had never really latched onto it, and something happened about 1.5 years ago, and I fell for it. And every night, we have a couple of tennis courts in our neighborhood that we actually we taped lines, and we got some portable nets. We got permission from the HOA, and we 5 nights a week we'd play out there. And at some point, I said, "Why? I have a digital marketing company. I've been for 20 years helping other brands or helping businesses sell products online.
Yeah.
What's my pickleball products?" And it took me about 6 months, and then I'm like, ball machine. There's a number on the market but we felt, or what I felt, that we could bring a portable solution, one that has the same speed, same features, same custom drills as all the big boys, yet it's 35 pounds and almost anybody can pick it up and put it in their car or put it on their golf cart and take it to the pickleball courts.
Incredible, because that's just such it is a niche thing.
Yeah.
And there's only a handful of companies.
Right.
And they're all bulky and they're all heavy.
They are.
And that's fine because they all have their own space, but there hasn't been one that is that small.
Not that does everything that ours does with the mobile app and the technology around it. And the other thing, which is why I was really drawn to the machine or developing a machine, most of the companies are legacy tennis companies. So they don't exactly care about pickleball. They just care about pushing machines, whether it's tennis or padel or pickleball, they don't care. There is another company that's pickleball focused, and they do a great job with marketing. But that's my background, and I felt, we're going to bring a lot of pickleball passion. I don't care about tennis. I don't care about padel. I want to be in the pickleball community, so that's how we built our business. And from day one, I want to be part of the pro scene. We signed pro players.
Give us a few names of the people that you've signed.
Yeah. So Eric Roddy, Liz Trulick, who just won silver in singles in Vietnam. Yeah. Tom Protzek, the Campbells, Kaysen and Caitlin. We got
a couple of Charleston people.
Yeah. Right? We got Anderson Scarpa, Olivia McMillan. So we have not just great pickleball players, they're great people, and that's important because if they represent your brand, you want them to represent it in the right way, and they all do.
Right. Okay, so this is an interesting scenario here because you're our first person that is in the industry that is not coaching, not playing. You're specifically in the pickleball machine industry.
Yeah.
So how does one even start that? Where do you start to be like, I want to go and have a factory start pumping out machines for us?
That was the hardest part, is we did a lot of research. We talked to multiple factories overseas, and we really decided the one we used, they had some experience in the pickleball space, and so we went forward with them, and they've been wonderful. So everything that we need, they make happen. And we've reordered 7-8 times since February. So they're pumping them out, which is exciting.
Yeah, I know it seems like they're hard to get a hold of because you're having a hard time keeping them in stock because people are buying them up. But I think that's awesome. So you also are involved in a paddle company called Dynasty, right?
I am.
So Dynasty, shout out to Scott from Dynasty, sent us a couple foam legends and insane paddle.
Incredible paddle. Scott's an incredible guy. And here's the neat part. So I transitioned my marketing company to be a pickleball marketing agency.
What's the website?
So it's Click Marketing, KLIK marketing.com. We have a handful of legacy clients that we're keeping. They're 10-year clients for us. But everybody knows that it's a pickleball brand. Scott reached out, and we really hit it off. And we built him a new website. We're doing we have our marketing team is what we call it. So his marketing team is Click. So I play with 3 other guys in my neighborhood, and they're all about 4-0s. So I brought 3 paddles one day and said, guys, just this one time, just use these paddles and just tell me what you think. That was a month ago. And after we used them the first day, they're both like, we like these. I'm like, you know what? Keep them. Keep them. We're going to be doing photo shoots and video shoots. You guys will be part of it. A month later, they haven't used their old paddles. So that's all they use is the Dynasty foam legend, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the most powerful foam paddles that I've ever hit, but also has really nice control. And the spin is crazy. I mean, I'm even using it, letting other people that are a higher level than me use it and watching their serve fall off out of the net. Yeah, a foot. It's insane. And anybody I've let use it, they can't put it down.
Oh, that's how it is. In fact, one of the guys, Tyler, He plays over at Pickleball Charlotte a lot, and everyone's asking, like, what's that paddle? Because it's unique. It's a unique looking paddle. And so they're asking him because, one, he changed his brand. He's serving harder. Everything has so much topspin, yet he still is able to control all the shots. So he's going to be one of their brand ambassadors before it's all said and done.
Yeah, no, I love that. So, interested to see now, I guess, well, I'm interested to see what you do with it as far as the marketing and the branding goes going forward with it. But you said Scott reached out. Did he know you from Rally? Or how? No. Because that would have been, Rally has started what? You said in February?
Yeah, we launched in February.
So how did he reach you then?
Well, about 3 months ago, we changed over our website from being a digital marketing agency to a pickleball marketing agency. So Scott was using Google, and when we made the switch, within a couple of days, we were ranked second in Google for that term. Perfect. Because of the SEO factor.
All right, well, Eric, I appreciate you giving some time to us here. It was great. We've been talking all weekend, and it's been really good to watch some pickle and talk some pickle with you. So I appreciate you coming on, and we wish you nothing but the best with Rally. And I know that ball machine is awesome, and we're looking forward to giving it a try here soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to you guys doing that and doing more partnerships together. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric. Yeah. All right, we're back with another guest. This time it is Juan Benitez. We've been trying to get Juan on, but he's been too busy crushing it in singles. So he's finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Benitez.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Juan, give us a rundown. Tell the people who you are.
Juan Benitez from Colombia, 30 years old, just turned 30, getting old. Everything hurts after my nice little run yesterday in singles, so that was a fun one. But yeah, I started playing tennis when I was 4, moved to Argentina at 13 years old by myself to practice tennis. That got me to a decent level, that got me recruited by Baylor, played college tennis a few years, played number 1 at Baylor, All-American, so I had some nice good results in playing D1 tennis, so that was fun. And then I pursued some pro tennis. I ended up in South Florida where my coach was living at that time while I was playing pro tennis. And while training and playing some tournaments, I came across this lady, and she lived in a very nice country club, and they were just doing some pickleball course, and she invited me over to try for the first time. And I've been saying no from other people that ask me about pickleball as well, and I always just brushed it off. Yeah. I guess I didn't really have the respect that I do right now for the sport itself. And the moment I tried it, I found it super fun, very lighthearted. The community from the beginning it's a different kind of crew. Less serious in a way, but which makes it very fun, which makes it as popular as it is these days. It's very beginner friendly. So even though I didn't know the rules, I didn't know really what to do on the court. Still, I was in a nicer group, a nice enough crowd that they just walked me through it. And like, luckily with my tennis skills, I was able to put it together sooner than some other people would. But it's been a blast since.
You said the community was the big part, but what else was kind of surprising coming from tennis to pickleball that you didn't think would happen?
Well, just the slow game overall, like game-wise, that is very counterintuitive as a tennis player. That you're trying to always, or for the most part, be as aggressive as you can be on the court, and still there is the patience side on tennis because you don't want to just attack any ball, but more in pickleball since the margins are very slim. So the patient part and the borderline passive, because you're like, the dinks are not necessarily a very aggressive shot for the most part. So that transition was probably the hardest one at the beginning because my instinct just my tennis background just wanted to drive the ball and just to speed up everything and like as you learn making that transition, that wasn't the right choice. So by losing some points, losing some matches, you start making certain adjustments. Like, okay, that doesn't work. What would have been the play? Just another thing. Just stay patient and wait for the right time.
So you went from testing out pickleball. When did you go into pro? Like, how long did you play some tournaments before? Because some people feels like they just jump. If you have a tennis background, some people just jump into the pro.
So from week 1, after playing pickleball for the first time, I went to a 4.5 plus singles tournament.
Okay.
And I made it to the finals.
Nice.
Like I've never played pickleball before. A weekend I was in a gold medal match, and I lost against another very good tennis player that has been playing pickleball for longer, and that really motivated me. And I just wanted to get the urge back from competing, because at that time I was coaching full-time tennis, and I just missed competition. And I said, okay, I can compete, I can get those feelings back, but I don't have to practice full-time, because in tennis, if you want to compete at any level, it's got to be your life.
Right.
In pickleball, it's not the case. The majority of the players playing this tournament, if you ask them, this is almost their hobby or their side hustle. They usually have something else going on, so they don't really practice full-time. However, they still can perform at a high level. That's not the case in tennis. At least at this level, when you see like the Ben Johns, the Christian Ashton, the Federico Staksrud, all those big names, they do it full-time, and they're making enough money to do so. But at this level, a little more in the professional, almost professional amateur level, if you ask around, the majority are doing some other stuff.
Yeah. So you've been a pro how long?
This is my first year as a PPA signed player.
Awesome.
So I've been playing pretty much a full schedule with the PPA. So as a signed player, this is my first year, but I've been playing pro tournaments already for about a year and a half.
You're obviously traveling a lot, right? How do you avoid the burnout of the travel and the grind of the game? What's the strategy to kind of decompress?
Whenever I'm at home or sometimes on the road if I can, I play golf.
Okay.
And golf is my meditation. It's my me time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big golfer, so I've been enjoying that a lot, and just being able to be there with some friends and just enjoy the game, enjoy the scenery, just the slow pace of it, and it's something that I really have been holding very dear to me, because it's the sport that I have the best memories with my dad. Yeah, so the only time that I would spend at home back in Colombia with my dad was playing golf during the weekends, because he was a doctor and he was in the hospital all week and I wouldn't see him much. But during the weekends, he will bring me with him to play golf, and I would just be with him, and like we bonded more because of it. And I guess one of the reasons why I feel somewhat obsessed with golf as well, aside from pickleball, is because of those memories that I have with the sport.
Which parallels with pickleball, because what other sport can you play with an age gap and be able to play together?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the beauty of this sport for sure. So, what's your routine? So tournament, I know we talked Thursday, you had a late flight in, not much time to prepare, but if you have amount of time, do you study film? Do you drill a certain amount? Like when you come out here, if you play at 10 o'clock, do you try and drill at 8? Like what's your process?
Yeah, I would try to get at least an hour and a half prior to the match, and either with my partner or with a good friend of mine if I'm playing singles, but just going through all the shots as much as I can. Let's say in singles, I would have gone more for warming up my drives and my drops. And for doubles, obviously, like transition zone and working my way up, just going through the shots that I will be needing the most for that day. But yeah, giving myself plenty of time for me to have a good physical warm up and be as prepared as possible for that day. But yeah, so at least hour and a half or so.
Yesterday, I know there was some chirping that was going on a little bit when you were playing Anderson Scarpa. Nothing to do with him, I don't think, but. How do you stay motivated, whether it's that or it's you're down 0, it could be 0-5, 0-10. How do you stay in that to keep it going?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's just the instinct that I have of just being a competitor. And I've been playing tournaments since I was 6 years old in tennis. So like, I am a competitor. Like you gotta, as you saw, you gotta kill me to beat me out there. And I think I brought some of that yesterday in singles. Nothing to do with Anderson. He's a gentleman, but there was someone in the crowd that was just making some very unnecessary comments and like just noises, just being very, just rather childish, to be honest, unfortunately. But it's part of the sport. I mean, you put yourself out there, people are gonna be watching, and you gotta deal with that as well. Just like anything else, just like dealing with the weather. Like there is nothing that you can do, but like it backfired on them because he poked the bear. Like he motivated me, and like I said him, I made a comment to him. It's like, if you want Anderson to win, you better shut it. So, and being able to win that match, that felt really good. But yeah, so again, it's just, I guess, my inner competitor that just comes out and I just want to win regardless.
Tell me about your experience with Challenger. How many Challengers have you played? I know that's the first like full year or so of Challenger.
So this is my third or fourth.
Okay.
Portland, Wisconsin, Orlando, and here Charleston. I had some success. I won men's doubles in Wisconsin. The other ones, I won some decent matches, but couldn't really get any medals. And yesterday in singles was my first PPA singles medal since I started. So I'm quite proud of that, because I've been putting in some time, not as much as I would like, but I've been working on my game. In the gaps that I have between coaching, so yeah, this is my fourth, and it's a great opportunity for those players that aren't signed, that are aspiring to be signed and to make this their career. Right. I'm fortunate enough to already be signed, so I don't have to deal with some of the qualities. So that's definitely a perk that I have by being signed. But yeah, the PPA Challenge is a great opportunity for some of the local amateurs or players that have pro inspirations or aspirations to make it to the big leagues.
Right. When you're not on tour, we were talking a little bit, you do some coaching and then you're doing some stuff. What else are you doing down in Florida?
So I have a clothing brand. It's called Tennis Dropout. You can check it out on Instagram.
We'll do it.
It's a fun little family project. It's bamboo fiber, sporty and leisure clothing. So it's been very good. We have recently appeared in Vanity Fair and Vogue. Yeah. So we've had some traction in terms of media, since it's a little on the higher end, quality-wise and price-wise. The sales aren't there yet. However, we're running with it. We want to make it somewhat exclusive. The quality is there, and we've had some very good feedback from those who have bought from us. So that's one of the other things that keeps me busy.
Love that. Couple more. Let's go off topic from pickleball. If I want to visit Colombia, because I do, where should somebody go as an American or as a foreigner? Where's the spot in Colombia?
Okay, so one question: beach or city?
A little bit of both. I like to do. Let's split it.
Okay.
If it's possible, let's split it.
So I think beach, I would say San Andres and Providencia, which is 2 islands. You have to take a flight from, let's say, Miami, Bogota, and Bogota, Cartagena to these islands. They are beautiful. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
And a lot of people have, which is good. Yeah. So you're gonna have obviously the dreamy beaches, but at the same time, they're not gonna be as crowded as Cartagena might be. However, Cartagena obviously is more popular, and also it has the old city, which is a big attraction. It has like these very how would you say? Just like castle-like walls, like fortress.
I was in Croatia last year, and I feel like probably similar, like a Split or Dubrovnik type of deal.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have some of that, and like it has an old city inside with some beautiful buildings. So that's in Cartagena. San Andres doesn't have that much of that, but you feel like, okay, I'm in the beach. I'm eating seafood and all sorts of fishes, and like everything is fresh, and you have just crystal clear waters, without the overwhelming feeling of the too touristy of a city. That again, that's something that sometimes could be overwhelming in Cartagena, because you have like just every local, like, oh, what do you want? We're selling this, we're selling that, and that could be overwhelming. In San Andres, I think it's a little more low key, which is good. And city, I'm from Medellin. I'm not biased. If you want city, Medellin is the place to be. And also, I mean, the kick of it all is very affordable. Yeah. So you can have a 5-star experience for the price, for a quarter of a price that you would spend going to Miami for a week, and like no holding back. I mean, we're talking like, you see a restaurant, I like that, I'm going there without thinking about the price. Because sometimes when you go out here in the States, it's like you check for the price. Because if you go to a very high-end restaurant, you know that you're walking out of there maybe spending north of $500 a night. If you spend $500 a night in Colombia, you didn't hold back at all, and like full-on nightlife experience with food. But yeah, so Medellin will be the place to be. There is some, it's called Parque Lleras, which is kind of like the place to be at night during a weekend. Very fun nightclubs, if that's what you're going for. However, there is lots of hikes. I mean, I don't know if you heard about Medellin. There is mountains everywhere. There is this park, it's called Parque Arví. You can look it up, and it's just a green hike park. It's just meaning like there is no car. It's just trails everywhere, and the scenery you can see the city from the top of the mountain. Very pretty, and you get there by cable, like going to Switzerland or like a ski resort kind of thing. You go up the mountain, and then you end up there, and then you start taking the trails. Very nice, very pretty. Yeah.
So hire a driver, right?
Hire a driver. Yes,
that's worth.
Talked about that.
Yeah, that's worth the money.
Yes, definitely to be safe. Go on the safer side, of course. I mean, Medellin obviously has currently its bad reputation. However, you just gotta be smart, because we can agree if you go to Miami, wrong place, wrong time, 100%. Anything could happen. Anywhere in the States, wrong place, wrong time, anything could happen. So my advice with that, just be smart.
All right, last question, easy one. Funniest person on tour?
Funniest person on tour? I gotta go with Alex Crum.
Alex Crum?
Alex Crum.
I mean,
my guy.
He's out there. He's rapping, he's winning in singles, he's doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Personality seems electric.
Oh yeah, that's an understatement. He's the man.
Awesome. Juan, thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it. Best of luck with the rest of your tournaments this year.
My pleasure.
All right, welcome to day 3 of PPA Challenger in Charleston. Today I have the most elusive guest of all time, Mehvish Safdar. Thank you so much for joining us, Mehvish. We've been trying to do this for 3 days, but you keep winning, so it just turns out
I'm here now.
It's dark by the time we get started. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell everybody kind of your upbringing, the story of how you got from where you started or where you grew up, and then all the way to pickleball.
Sure. So, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm actually the only one in my family of 5 born in the U.S. In my family of 5, we were born across 4 different continents, so that's always my fun fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that work? What was the reasoning, I guess, behind all
Sure.
that?
So my parents grew up in Pakistan, and they did medical school there, and then they went to England to do their residency. And that's where my sisters were born, and then they came to the U.S. and worked as physicians in the U.S., and that's where I was born. So
this is amazing.
Yeah.
See, you're the first person I've ever heard that from.
Yeah. So it
we're
was my
learning a lot.
go-to fun fact.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So give us the rundown then from Cincinnati, and I know now you're in North Carolina, but kind of catch us up as far as like where you went to college, tennis, all of the things.
Sure. So born and raised Cincinnati, Ohio, and I grew up playing competitive tennis. So 2 older sisters, and they also played tennis. So I had that youngest sibling advantage and got started very young. And so then ended up playing at the University of Minnesota. So I was in Minneapolis for 4 years for undergrad. And then after that, I decided to pursue sports psychology and did my master's in sports psychology at the University of Denver. So I was in Denver for a couple years, and then moved to Bloomington, Indiana. I'm currently doing my doctorate at Indiana University in sports psychology. So I was there for 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And then right now I'm in like a research phase that I can do remotely. And so I chose to go to Durham, North Carolina, which is where my sister is as well.
Oh,
so,
that's great.
Yeah.
So I was going to say already, this is my first tournament, pro tournament.
Yeah.
I've spent 24 hours here in the past 2 days. I don't know how you people are doing it, but you decided, let me push the issue even more. Let me do some research on top of this.
Yeah.
I mean, where is the energy coming from?
Yeah, it's a grind. Again, I feel very fortunate that I have flexibility right now in my doctorate program, where I'm like self-paced and remote, so can be in the location that I want and also be playing all these tournaments. I signed with the PPA Tour in March of this year. So I'm, playing 1 to 2 tournaments a month, whether it's PPAs or PPA Challenger events like this one, and just kind of get the schoolwork done when I can during the in-between time. So it's a grind, but I'm enjoying it and wouldn't want to be doing anything else. So yeah.
Take us back to the first time you played pickleball and what you thought of it, because I always think it's interesting.
Sure.
Some tennis players are like,
yeah,
it's the ick, and some people are like, all right, this was actually, it was okay.
Yeah, I started during COVID and during like the first year of my doctorate program, and I was just like really sedentary and just like not exercising. I was really missing the competitiveness that I experienced during tennis and also just being active. And so I heard about pickleball and I was like, okay, this seems like similar to tennis but different. So I just like Google searched pickleball in Bloomington, Indiana, and like found a contact and ended up emailing him, and then he got me like connected with this like men's league, which was really fun. I like, now these guys are like a bunch of middle-aged men that are like my best friends and uncles. So that's where I like started. And then actually collegiate pickleball was kind of where things really kicked off for me. So like then the Indiana University Club pickleball team formed, and so I was doing college pickleball, and then like started with the amateur like 5-0 stuff, and then once I started like doing well there, entered the pro scene. But I actually from the start was able to appreciate pickleball for what it was, and I was like, yeah, like yes, it has resemblance to tennis, but I was able to identify that there was a lot of like unique skills that were required that were different than tennis. So yeah,
definitely. What was one match that is memorable to you?
Winning the individual singles and then mixed DUPR Collegiate Nationals was definitely a really memorable experience for me. So that was about a year ago, and it was in my hometown in Cincinnati, Ohio, and just had like the Indiana University crew around me, and it just felt like that like college tennis environment again. So, and my parents were there too, so that was really memorable. And then I have another one too, probably when me and my sister won 5-0 PPA North Carolina. It was our like first PPA, first tournament. We had no idea if we were even like fit to be playing 5-0. And we lost our first round actually, and we're like, oh gosh, what are we doing? Did we sign up for the wrong level?
Bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, and then we ended up coming back and winning it. So that was definitely really memorable too, and definitely fueled the excitement for continuing to play tournaments.
So you've been playing pickleball a while, and you've been on tour sign since March.
Yeah. What's
the favorite venue so far?
PPA Cincinnati that just recently happened. It was at the Linder Family Tennis Center.
That's the one.
And it's a facility that's 5 minutes away from the house I grew up in, and I grew up like watching the Cincinnati Open there. And
it's a great tennis tournament.
Yes, it is. So just a lot of good memories there. Even got the chance to play tennis there a few times as well. So and there's like amazing renovations there now too. So that was really cool to be back there and just seeing how much it's developed too since I was there last.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You play both singles and doubles. You have a preference?
Yeah. Doubles for sure.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You did well in singles. I won't guess because my brain is scrambled
good. No worries.
So many conversations.
Yeah. So
how have we done so far in Challenger here in Charleston?
So done pretty well. So made the semis of singles, ended up losing in the semis in 3 games. So to a tight one to the girl who ended up winning it, and she was a great player. And then yesterday in women's doubles, played with Krista Getcheva, and that was a new partnership. And it was great to play with her. And we ended up losing in the finals in 3. So yeah, two very long days, mostly successful. Obviously want to be getting gold, but hopefully today in mixed we can get the gold.
Today with Tom Protzek. We had Tom on yesterday, and great dude. So
he's awesome.
We'll be pulling for you there. Maybe today's the day.
Hopefully.
How's Challenger been for you? I know Challenger's kind of new. You're kind of new to signed, I guess technically, but how's it been? What's your experience with it?
It's been great. Like I've loved the Challengers. You get so many match reps, which is great. Maybe too many match reps, but that's a good complaint to have. And it's just so well organized, and the staff is awesome. The locations have been great. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the challengers, and I will be continuing to play challengers.
Awesome. Have you been to Charleston before?
I have not been to Charleston.
Okay, well, I won't ask you if you've enjoyed Charleston because you haven't left the courts.
I know, exactly. That's like one of the tough parts about being at these tournaments. I'm like, I want to enjoy the city that I'm in, but it's just kind of like nonstop
But you also want to win.
playing. Yeah, I know. It's like in the morning you just play, and then I had Chipotle last night, and then showered and went to bed.
Right.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
All right, one last question here. Funniest person on tour. Everyone makes that same face. No one wants to gas anybody too much.
I'll say Tom.
You'll say Tom. Tom's a good one. We like Tom.
He's entertaining.
Awesome. Tell people how they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram.
Let's go with it.
Mehvish Safdar. Actually, funny story there.
Okay.
In college, people would call me Meh, which I was like, that feels way harder than like Mev or Mehvish, but people would just call me Meh. And I was like, that's how I ended up with that Instagram. She's Meh. But it really caught on, and I embraced it, and so
awesome.
Meh_Safdar.
Good. We'll put it on the screen. Any
Cool.
sponsors you need to shout out?
I'm actually currently not with any paddle companies right now, and I'm shopping around, so
Love that.
to be determined.
Paddle companies, come find your girl here.
Come find me.
She needs a paddle.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for the time, Mehvish. It's been awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, welcome back to Unforced Errors. We have our first two-time guest, and it is Olivia McMillan. She's back. Olivia, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back. I feel very special.
We have to do it.
We have to.
Tell us what's new with you. What have you been up to? You've been in the booth doing a little, I saw you at MLP doing some announcing. You're playing a million tournaments. You're coaching.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's, nothing new, but just we're heading towards Virginia Beach PPA tomorrow. Yeah, doing some commentary. I actually really enjoy it. I was surprised at how much I like doing it. And then just out here at the Challenger, didn't get to play today. Mixed partner had some exhaustion issues, I think, but out here coaching and just hanging out.
Yeah. How many Challengers have you played?
This is actually my first one.
Really? Okay.
But I think next year, kind of just seeing the atmosphere and how many matches you get to play, I think next year I'll probably play a few more.
Yeah, so what's the experience been so far with Challenger as far as the setup, the people? I mean, obviously the reps are key because the back draw. People say it feels like an old school tournament. I don't know what that means. I'm new to this, but
right.
Kind of tell me what your thought has been as far as how Challenger's been for you.
A lot of play, right? A lot of matches. A couple years ago, PPA shifted from a back draw, so you're one and done, right? So some days it could be really short. Some days, you're grinding through the main draw. So I think it's nice to have a back draw and just give reps. I think, especially for up and coming pros, these Challengers are amazing exposure, and it's just continuing to grow. And it's nice that PPA players, we also get to play and just kind of see the new talent out there.
Yeah, what are you seeing from the level out there right now?
It's great. Just all these youngins coming in and just grinding away, working hard. It's really nice to see. And I like to watch shot selection and see who are the standouts in the Challenger League. So it's been nice to see some three-setters, and I don't know, it's just a fun atmosphere.
Anybody out there that you were watching that you're like, wow, it's like really good pickleball being played that you saw this weekend?
Yes, besides like PPA players. Yeah, there's some pros that I've seen. Cass Hogan, her partner, Madeleine, they're always great. They've been around for a little bit, but they had a close match yesterday against Krista Gecheva and Mehvish. So, there's always good pickleball, and there's people around, and it's nice to get to see other players and people that are new to the scene. And it's nice to be in Charleston, in my hometown.
Yes, you brought the whole squad with you yesterday.
I did. My parents, I had some friends, I had some members that I coach. So it's nice to have some support every once in a while on tour, because you're just all over the place, and sometimes you're just on your own. So it's nice.
Yeah, I have to give you guys, the players in general, a shout out. This is my first tournament, and I've been here 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you?
You want an interview with me?
This guy doesn't care. He does not care that we're in the middle of this interview.
No.
Shout out to that guy. So the grind is crazy. Doing this, I don't know how many tournaments you're playing at this point per year, but this is a heavy grind, and it's a blast. I've enjoyed it every day. But I'm like, I couldn't imagine playing. And then we've had some rain issues.
Sure.
How does that affect you as far as how are you? You're so locked in. Mehvish was
about to play.
Right.
And then it started raining, and she turned around and was like, as she was walking away, like, okay, I guess.
It's long days because you get to the site, you're warming up, you're getting mentally ready, and then it rains. And you're kind of here. So it's almost more mentally draining when it rains because you have to wait, you don't know what it looks like. You have to be very flexible, and you have to be able to lock in really fast because you get really tired. I mean, I feel like I get more tired sitting around waiting when those things happen. But that's just the match experience, and gaining that experience is key for sure. I think for people that are starting out. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so we'll 2 more and we'll get you out of here. One, how was your drive into the tournament yesterday? Anything happen?
Well, I got pulled over.
That's great.
Yes, I was on the way listening to my, pre-match warm-up, and I had Krista Getchva in the car as well. And all of a sudden I look behind me and I have blue lights, and I'm on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I'm getting pulled over. And then I realized, oh my gosh, there's a new law in South Carolina where it's hands-free. So I was not supposed to be on my phone. I got caught.
Went in like last month, I think. So you're okay. It's all right. This is not a major infraction.
And I don't know the last time I was pulled over. So I'm like, where do I do? What do I do? I'm like lost. And so rolled out the window. I was just like, I know, my bad, kind of cop to it. But yeah, very nice. He let me go with a warning. And I got here on time, but I was worried there for a second.
But he did recognize you.
He did recognize me from the Unforced Errors podcast.
Shout out us.
I mean,
getting
big
people
shout
out
out
of
to
tickets.
you guys. I rolled down the window and he's like, pickleball? I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. But yeah, that's always really fun though, especially like the Unforced Errors podcast that you guys do, and it's awesome. And so to see the recognition too, and for Pickle, I mean, I love that.
Hey, shout out to the Charleston
So thank
police.
you for getting me out of a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we do. Anything beyond the talking on the phone that's a brand new law, we can't help you. But know
that
what?
one, yes.
That one we can help you
I
with.
needed that. Yes.
And it's, set you up for success all weekend.
All
Look at
weekend.
you.
Yes. Walked in, played well yesterday, and it was all because of you. So thanks.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's do one more. Asking everybody this question. Funniest person on tour?
Besides myself?
Obviously, you can't say yourself, Olivia. Look, you're cracking yourself up.
I am, because I'm not the funniest person on tour.
Come on, give yourself some credit, but
Oh,
not
man.
too much.
Okay, let's see. Funniest person on tour. Oh my gosh, you're putting me on the spot. There's so many.
That's what we do.
I think Travis Redmeyer is hilarious because he just doesn't give a crap. He's just like saying it how it is. He's so funny. He's authentically himself. I don't know. Who's everyone saying?
Oh, there's been many answers. I can't repeat all of them.
Greg Dow's hilarious.
Greg Dow, we did get it, I think, a couple times.
I will go with Greg. I love seeing his videos with like Alex, his girlfriend, like popping in. Have you seen the vintage paddle?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yes. Greg's been on our list to get, but then he's not in Charleston. So
He's not in Charleston anymore. I
but
know.
if he's back, Greg, when you're back, let's do it, because it's like, I feel like we've had Scarpa. We got to have Greg. I mean, it just makes sense.
That's the dynamic duo right there. I know.
I mean-
so yeah, I'm going with Greg. Going with Greg Dow.
Greg Dow, big answer.
Yep, big answer.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Olivia, for coming on and breaking the mold, being the first two-time guest. There should be a
Thank
medal
you.
for this, but
I feel honored. Do I get a hat this time?
You definitely get a hat this time.
I'd be wearing it if I had it.
Yeah, we're going to get you a hat. There's one
Thank
in
you.
reach over here, so we're going to get you a hat.
The best. The best.
Awesome. Olivia, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
All right. All right, welcome back to Unforced Errors. Now we have our next guest. It is Lara Giltinan. Lara, thank you for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Tell the people about you.
My name's Lara Giltinan. I am 39 years old. I was a junior tennis player in Australia. Played all the ITF juniors and stuff like that. Was top 50 ITF, so played all the junior Grand Slams, stuff like that, all those tournaments. And then when I was 18 or 19, I got injured, so I had to stop playing competitively. I then went on to work for Tennis Australia, or Tennis New South Wales, our state, as tournaments and ops manager for a few years. And then I had an idea that I might want to move to New York because I love New York City.
Okay.
But on a girls' trip to Vegas, I changed my mind and decided I wanted to move to Vegas for a year and be a pool cocktail server, just for something like stupid and fun. because everything I'd done in my life was kind of like pressure and, you know, serious. And I was like, this looks like a fun job. And I heard they got paid as much as I got paid for having a real job. So I decided then to move to Vegas, and I was a pool cocktail server at the pool clubs for 4 years and then went into management. So since that time, I've been managing nightclubs, day clubs in Vegas.
This is fantastic.
It's a different story, probably.
This is good. Go ahead.
So I've been there for 10 years. My roommate got me into pickleball, was trying to get me to play for like 6 months.
How long ago was like the first intro to pickleball?
The real first intro was probably May 23. And I refused for 6 months. I was like, as a tennis player,
100%.
I'm not playing that game.
I always ask
Seems
people.
gimmicky, you know.
Yeah.
Not that I knew anything about it, to be honest.
Right.
But obviously then one day I went out there and the addiction started. So I just played socially. There's a place called Sunset Park in Vegas where the social scene was like super busy. Every night the courts were full. It was really, really fun. So I started playing there, just made friends. And then I think it was later, then there was the PPA in Vegas in that October of 23. And my roommate entered us in the 3-5 mixed doubles.
Wow, I can't imagine. I've been watching you play. You playing 3-5.
I didn't play like this then.
That's where I belong. You shouldn't be there.
But so we won that, and at that tournament I was like, oh, maybe I'll just play singles, just for fun and just see how I go. So I entered the 4-0 and I won that. So then a few people were like, you should try and like take this seriously and play a bit more. And with my age and everything, I was like, oh, what for, kind of. But then it's like, oh, maybe I will. So I entered the San Clemente December 2023 5-0. And I was like, if I medal in the 5-0, having never tried, like trained or whatever, then I'll take it seriously. So I went down, I got silver. Didn't really know how to play. I was just playing tennis. So I got silver. I remember losing a close one to Chrissy Vogel. She's from Phoenix. She's a good player. And so I went home for Christmas to Australia, came back, thought, all right, I'm going to start training. Literally day one, I hurt my back, which is why I had to quit tennis. So I have a lot of back issues like bulging discs and scoliosis. And I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. My back seized up. So I was like, all right, guess that's over for now. So I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. I then went on a snowboarding trip and did my ankle like a month later. So, and me just being like, oh, it'll be all right kind of thing. I just had a bad ankle for a few months, wasn't getting better. Ended up in a boot by like July 24. By this time I'd had cortisone in my back and my back was feeling better, but my ankle wasn't. So that whole year, like basically I didn't play. Maybe like socially very light, with friends and stuff. And then I think it was just before the PPA in October again was coming around, and I said I was meant to get surgery on my ankle, and I said to the doctor, I was like, if I just play this one tournament for fun, is my ankle going to get worse, like, or can I just play? And he said, as long as you don't fall over or do something stupid, it's fine, it's not going to make it worse. Okay, so I entered it for fun. Again, hadn't been training at all. I get an email 8 days before the tournament. Congratulations, you've made it into the main draw of singles. And I was like, oh God, better go practice. So like for an hour a day, I was just out there with my roommate, just like trying to, I didn't know how to eat a backhand. I sliced everything. And I was up against Angie Walker, who obviously at the time I had no idea who she was. Now I do. Yeah. And it was, again, I was just kind of like playing tennis. I hit like a volley on the full in the kitchen. But at the time I was like, I don't feel like the level's unattainable. So said to my surgeon, like, if I just keep playing a couple of tournaments, oh yeah, it's okay. All right. So I just threw myself into it. The next tournament was the Worlds, which I didn't even know it was a high category tournament. Just entered it, qualified, had to play Jeannie Bouchard first round on center court.
Oh, wow.
Still didn't know how to hit a backhand. But actually had a decent match. And that's when I was like, you know what? Like, I've got to just start training. And my ankle, I wear a strap on it every day. Somehow it's been fine.
So does that still bother you, but it's attainable, like you can deal with it? Or is it like, it just kind of went away?
It doesn't really bother me. Every now and then it'll like throb a tiny bit, but...
And you're still out here playing singles because I watched you on Friday.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Yeah, I've just been going with it. So since then, I was like, let me just see if I can make top 50. So then I started playing the tournaments. By probably, I think like March this year, is when I really felt like I'd worked on my backhand on the ball machine. So once I could hit a backhand, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm like playing pretty good now. And so then I've just kind of been improving ever since. And now I think I'm like 19 in singles or something. And so it's been good.
At 39, 19.
Yeah, 39. I know.
I'm 38, so I'm in the same ballpark. I mean, I'm tired standing here for 12 hours. I can't imagine playing this whole tournament, but that's unbelievable.
The challenges are grueling because you play so many matches, and I get bronze every challenger, and so that means you play the most number of matches. And so that's why the last two I didn't play women's doubles on the Saturday, because I'm just gone after the singles. So I'm like, I need a rest, and I play mixed. So yeah, that's kind of my story, and I was like, I'm just going to play for a full year for fun, see how I go. It's very expensive.
Yes.
I guess being 39, I can afford to, you know, I know like the girl that beat me in that 5-0 tournament 2 years ago, I think she doesn't play much now because of the cost of everything. So obviously being a little older, I could help myself a little bit financially to kind of do it for fun. I still work in Vegas full time when I'm home. But yeah, so I've just kind of been going with it, and obviously my age, I'm not, you know, a few people were like, oh, you should go move to Florida and like really train full time. You're doing so well and you barely train compared to other people, you know? And I was like, yeah, I'm 39. I'm not trying to, you know, make a...
So you're having fun while you're here.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. I love that. All right, so tell me something that was that is noticeably different in the U.S. than Australia.
I don't want to get political, but I am. I'm going to say it.
All right, hey.
It blows my mind how how racially divided the government make everybody here. Everything's about race. Everything they talk about, I feel like they separate rather than bring together. I would say that's a big difference, because when you're in Australia, you just kind of go your day to day, and it's very multicultural, and like no one cares. Like who you are, where you're from, like it's just everyone's the same, you know? And over here, I feel like they really like segregate, and I don't really think it's good. So that's a negative.
Okay.
Let's give a positive
Let's
for
try
America.
In your 10 years, there's been one positive, right?
Yeah, I think generally, I mean, Aussies and Americans are generally known to be like super friendly, and I think in America, the one thing I like about it is how diverse it is as a country. So many different states are so different, so you can travel through the states and feel like you're going to a different country. Like whereas in Australia, you're in Australia. But here it's like you can go to New York City, then you can go to the South, and you can go to like Seattle, you can go to everywhere's just super different. So
yeah, no, that's fair. No, that's great. You said yesterday was a rest day. You went to the beach. Which beach did you hit?
Isle of Palms.
Isle of Palms. Yeah. How was that?
It was windy.
Yes. It's windy here, but you know.
It was very windy.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite the relaxing beach day I thought I was going to have in my bikini. I was wearing clothes and sand was blowing on me, but it was fine. My best friend in Vegas is from Myrtle Beach.
Oh, okay.
So when I told her I was coming here, she was like, go to Isle of Palm, it's nice.
Have you been to Charleston before?
No.
First time. Okay. Sorry it was so windy. The beaches probably don't quite compare.
Yeah, it wasn't really Australia, but it's a beach.
Okay
it's a beach. I'm a beach girl. I appreciate any beach.
That's okay. Awesome. All right. Well, one last question. We'll get you out of here because I know you got the draw coming up. Funniest person on tour?
The funniest? Oh, like that I know personally?
Anyone. There's no rules here.
I know Wame is known to be the funniest, but I like don't, because I'm kind of new.
Yeah.
I'm not like in with the cool kids as much. But yeah, I know he has a reputation of being, I think Jack Stock's pretty funny.
There you go.
When I watch him, because it's like, is he tanking or is he trying? Like, how did he hit that shot? And then he's laughing, but I'm like, I feel like he's like trying. Yeah. He keeps you guessing.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's great. Awesome. Okay, how do people find you? Drop the handle. Where can they find you? On Instagram?
Oh, I thought you meant like, how do people find me? And I was like, hopefully they find me very nice.
No. A little different there.
No, Instagram, it's Lara Giltinan.pb.
Excellent. Any sponsors you need to shout out?
I can definitely shout out Paddle Tech as my paddle sponsor. Hydrofy for my electrolytes. And I've got them on. My DUPS shoes.
DUPS.
And my ankle brace I was talking about.
There it is. Keeping you together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Laura, this was perfect. Thank you so much. The story was fantastic.
Thank you. Also, I have to shout out Mehvish Fashion because I'm actually about to sign with them as well.
Shout out.
So my new clothing that I'm wearing is going to be Mehvish. It's going to be really nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll have you on again in the future.
Thank you. Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Sure. All right, we have our next guest here. It is Anouar Braham. Anouar, thank you so much.
Of course.
Unfortunately for you, you made a comment to Lara, and then you were in the radar, so I said, we got to have you on.
Thank you.
You're the guy. So let me talk to you. Tell the people who you are.
Okay, my name is Anouar Braham. I'm from Tunisia, 25 years old. Been playing pickleball for 2.5, 3 years. I played college tennis here in the United States and played tennis my whole life for 20 years and transitioned to pickleball. So.
Okay, so what was the transition like from, well, I guess, let me ask you this.
Yes.
What was your first impression of pickleball? Because when it's somebody that has a tennis background, it's either they absolutely hated it or they were like, oh, this is cool.
My first impression was when I was in school, in college. I was practicing tennis and they had temporary net and lines on our tennis court. So every time after practice, I watched those older people. They will be playing after our practice, so I will stay a little longer just to see what they're doing. And it looks like for me like a mini tennis. Started like hanging out with them. I see it as like I used to see it as a silly sport. I don't know where it was going. I introduced to it when I was, like 3 years ago, maybe 2022, 2021, maybe. Like I see them, whatever. And then, I never thought I would be playing pickleball ever because my tennis was my whole life. I played professionally when I was junior and when I was 18, under 18. And then when I came to US and just saw these people and saw this sport, I was like, this is fun. It was more fun playing than just watching. I didn't know how big it is. I didn't know if they had like tournaments, local tournaments. I was just curious. So I started playing with these people in close to Asheville. That's where I went to school, in Montreat College in North Carolina. And I used to see them and I said, okay, can I join? So they give me a paddle. I started just nonchalant, basically, just grab a paddle, just drive everything. I have no idea what strategy works and stuff back then. And it was a lot of fun, just like beating up on them, just having fast hands, like naturally coming from tennis. It was a little easy. And then, eventually I really got hooked up to it as soon as I graduated. In 2023, I started playing, I would say like local tournaments and PPAs when I started understanding more about PPAs.
Like 5-0 stuff, or were you not even?
I started playing I played 1 or 2 tournaments 5-0, in one in Charlotte and one in Asheville, and end up winning singles and men's doubles. So that was like, okay, this is 5-0. What is the next level? What is and they said, okay, there's no more. Now you can play professional. You can go try. So I played the professional tournament in Orlando. So I was trying to play all the drivable tournaments that I could back then, because I was also graduated from cybersecurity and I was doing engineering. So my whole life changed. But started with that tournament, professional tournament. There was no qualifiers back then, so straight main draw. And won my first 2 matches and I was in round 16. It was crazy because I had no idea who Ben Jones was, who Tyson McGuffin was. I had no idea who these people are. I'm just going to a professional tournament and I'm like, wow, I'm in round 16 in the highest level of pickleball. So what is this? Is this really, do I belong here? What am I doing? It was in singles because I didn't know how to play doubles or mixed. I did not know how to drop the ball, didn't know how to ding.
So you were still driving everything?
I was still driving everything, and just based on like athleticism and stuff, I was just trying to play the way I play tennis and just making every ball and just hope for the best. And back then I was straight out of college, so I was really good in shape. Like I was really in shape that I was not getting tired. So I was just playing, fighting, but I was really good and feeling good on the court. And then round 16, I played against Ryan Cherry. Next to me was Dylan Frazier, Tyson McGuffin, Jay DeVilliers, JW. We were all on side courts, and then Ben Jones was playing in central court. So we were just 4 of us. 4 meaning 8 people, and then Ben Jones. And I was like, are you serious? And then Brian Cherry was coming to play, and I was like, I'm in round 16 and I'm playing against an old older guy coming. Who is this guy? I was very curious, intimidated, but I was like, I cannot lose to this person.
Right.
And that's what happened. He killed me. I was very like impressed of how good he was and how like different strategy from mine was working, and it was an amazing experience. After I played that tournament, I never stopped. I was like, this is it. This is a sport. This is what I want to be. This is when I feel like I belong. And started working hard. First, I quit my job and moved.
Were you doing cyber at the time?
I was doing cybersecurity at the time in Atlanta. I got a job head coach in a country club in South Carolina, in Seneca, Clemson.
By Greenville area?
Greenville,
yeah.
exactly. So I moved to Seneca in 2024 and started coaching pickleball full time and playing pickleball tournaments.
Is it tough to find players to drill with?
Yeah, no chance. Yeah,
Right,
I was not playing. I was not drilling. I was not playing games. I was just playing with my co-worker. At the time, he was 4-0, 4-5, 5-0. He plays like, and I was just like play with him after work, or play before, go to the gym, and started playing still a couple PPAs. And then last year, a year ago, made my first main draw ever, after playing maybe 10 to 15 tournaments of qualifiers and never was able to make a main draw match. And I was just like falling in love over and over, and that's just like I loved it. I carried, I played, kept playing, and here I am now. I mean, playing all these challengers, enjoying the sport, and trying to make it. Yeah.
So this is my first pro tournament, first challenger. What's your take as far as challenger? What do you think the benefits are to that?
My first challenger was in South Carolina, Columbia.
Yes.
Columbia, South Carolina. That was my first challenger. I had no expectation. I didn't know what it was. I went to play, and my first tournament I made to the final in singles. So I got my first silver, and I was like, okay, this is good for me. Gives me a little bit more points in the PPA, in the ranking, so I can start building my points and eventually break into the top 50. And the main goal is to get signed with PPA, so I don't have to play all the qualifiers, because I've been playing that for maybe a year and a half, where I play, first day 7-8 matches, and then the next day I have to play a seeded person in main draw, and I'm like just tired and sore and mentally just different game. So challengers was my first experience. When I did that, the first one, I loved it, and I just said, okay, Anouar, I'm gonna sign up for the rest of them. Just whatever happens, they give me more opportunity to grind and to do well. And there's very good players out here that challenge you, and just you get the best out of everything, whether there is level, whether it's atmosphere, friends, connections, you name it. And I played all. I always play all 3 events. I enjoy every single one of them. Gives me a little bit more confidence and a boost to compete in the high level when I come to the main draw, and I don't feel like I'm blind and like I'm just like dark. I don't feel like I belong there. And then getting to the quarterfinal, semifinal consistently here on the challengers gives you a lot of energy and momentum to be able to fight and go through all these matches in main draw, and hopefully go there to win and not just go there to play a good match, or now you have to change your mentality and think like, okay, I can do it, I can do this. Not just before I make main draw, I'm like, I feel like the goal is accomplished. Now I can just have fun and relax. Now I'm like, no, I actually can win. So it helped a lot, the challengers, and I love it. And
Awesome. So when did you start to transition to learn the draw? Because I know the drive was your game, but obviously that can only get you so far.
Yes. So I started learning the drops more in the PPAs, in the challengers, because I really have nothing to lose. Like I don't care losing. I'm just like, using this as a practice for my game, right? Since I don't get a lot of reg games back home, I try to just like, okay, this is what I'm gonna work on, and I do it in practice, and then I just come here and test myself. Am I able to transition that to actual real games, or am I just gonna be doing that in practice and not being able to do it because I'm, unconfident, or I just still stubborn and realize that shot doesn't exist for me, and I had to just accept it and do it over and over and over, and it really paid off. So it took a little while. Like it took about maybe a year to actually be comfortable with it,
Right.
So
seems like it's going okay. You are number 1 ranked in
Yes, sir.
in men's and mixed, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Who are the partners? Let's shout them out here.
Well, I shout out to Nicole Connard. I played with her a couple challengers and we won gold in one. Shout out also to Mabry Jones. She's from Chattanooga. She's also an amazing player, and we won gold as well with her. Lara Giltinan from Australia. Played with her twice. This is my second time. We made it to finals in California.
Are you with her today?
I'm with her today.
Awesome.
And, we're still playing and pumped to keep going. We're now in the quarterfinals. For guys' side, shout out to Tom Protzek. We had like 3 or 2 bronze medals, and we're still playing another challenger in Little Rock next week. Juan Varon from Colombia, my best friend. Played a lot of 5-0 tournaments with him. We live 5 minutes from each other. We play a lot together back in Atlanta. Now that's where I'm located. And shout out to another guy from Germany, like Tom Protzek. His name is Luca Mack. He's an amazing player. He played 2 challengers and won gold in singles. He beat me in the finals. He beat me again last tournament in Orlando in quarters. He won gold in singles. We won gold together in men's doubles. So
between the two of you guys are just taking all the hardware.
Exactly. So shout out to all these 3 guys. They're amazing, and everybody else, that I compete against. Everybody's just grinding and doing really well. And I always see the same people, the unsigned players. I'll always run through each other, and I play the same people over and over, and everybody. I just support. I love when I see Matthew Finnerty wins gold. I like when Conor Mogle wins gold. Brett Berryman, Tristan Desault, George Rengeloff. All these guys, all these names are doing well. They're all getting to the top 60, top 50 in singles, and shout out to everybody, and Maximilian Wild as well. All these people, and wish them the best. And hopefully we can all get signed, and that's I think the main goal for everybody. And hopefully we can do it. Yeah.
All right, let me hit you with 2 more, and then we'll get you out of here.
Of course, yeah.
I got to ask you what the transition's been like from Tunisia to
US.
Where were you first?
I came to US. I went straight to North Carolina, the state.
Yeah.
And the school was in Montreat College, 20 minutes from Asheville.
Right. So what was the transition like from Tunisia to get to there?
Well, first it happened that I came to US December 2019. Everything happened really fast, really quick. I was not planning on coming. Posted a video on YouTube of me playing tennis and looking for college scholarship in US. I did not know if I was gonna get recruited. First person reached out to me. His name is Coach Moore, Mike Moore. He's the one that reached out to me first. I didn't really care or know anything about US. I didn't care where I'm gonna end up being. I said whatever state I'm gonna be in is gonna be better future for me than being back home in Tunisia. So I took that opportunity. He was very serious about it. Gave me 90% scholarship, and I said this is the opportunity. I'm just gonna go for it and just hope for the best. So I came here in January 2020, just 3 months before COVID. So that was really, really rough, and to be able to be here, not speak English, met my roommate from US, which helped me a lot to learn the language quicker. COVID was, of course, intense for everybody. I had no expectation how US is gonna be. I've always watched movies in English and stuff, and the way I see it, you see it in movies is different, definitely different, way different than in person. I was in the mountains where like most retired rich people are there, living there. a lot of hosted families. They hosted a lot of internationals. It was just, I felt like it felt like a family there.
Love that.
It was just amazing. I was just whatever. I said, God, put me whatever you want me to, and I will adjust to the place, to the people. It's always gonna be better, like I said, better than back home. Opportunity-wise and life-wise, I always miss back home and I miss being there. Food was different. I mean, you name it. Food, houses are much bigger. Traffic, cars. I mean, brand of anything. I mean, we only have there like KFC, McDonald's, and then you come here and you find all the food that you want, and it's just fun. It's just fun. Very, very different. Going to school, I mean, you wake up and all you have to speak is English. I speak Tunisian, Arabic, and French, so I have no idea what this language is. And my first 2 semesters, I had no idea what the teacher says. I take notes, I record him, go back to the dorm, do a lot of research, what he was taking, where he was saying. I take notes from friends. It was a lot of work. And I was just exciting to go through that. I would say it's really good and nice to be experiencing all this by yourself and grow as a person, and traveled a lot before throughout, like for tennis tournaments and stuff. So US is a definitely unique experience, and I never thought I would stay here after college and actually live here. So now I haven't been home since 2021, so it's been almost 4 years. Haven't seen my family. I have 2 siblings, 2 sisters, and it's been very hard to leave the country, come back, with the borders and all that. But it's been great. Always surround myself with great people. Always good to have moral support and families, and we all kind of do the same. I don't have family here, but all my friends became family, and I just love it. It's always been a dream come true, and I still feel like I live in a dream because it's just different.
Well, you've got the best attitude possible. So.
Yes, I have.
One more question, yes. Easy.
Of course. Okay.
Funniest person on tour.
Funniest person on tour. I like Tom Protzek a lot.
He's funny.
He's very funny. He's hilarious. He got the German humor in him. I think we align well because we both come from different countries. So we see the stuff or the inside jokes that other people don't see, in a way, and just it feels like when he clicks with a person, you're like, okay, you're hilarious. Let's play together. Let's have fun. And I think he's one of the funniest guys on tour. So.
Anouar, that was a journey, but an amazing one. Yeah. So thank you so much for giving me the time, and we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna watch you and Lara go after it today, and then gonna follow you from here on out.
Appreciate it.
You're an easy guy to like, so we're gonna follow you. We'll get you out there on the socials.
Thank you.
How can the people find you on social media?
I have a open Instagram, like not private. Public. Sorry, I said open. Public Instagram called Tunisian Pickler.
Okay.
So that's what I post all my pickleball tips, results, pictures, whatever. And then I have another one, Anouar Braham, just my private. You can follow me on both. I respond more on my private, but I use both, and I just try to be myself and help people whatever I can and share my journey, and I just love it. Yeah. So
incredible human.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any sponsors you want to shout out before we end?
Oh yeah, of course. I shout out to Selkirk. I just had the combine 2 weeks ago that was held in the headquarters in Idaho. Mm-hmm. Loved it. I shout out to everybody that works for Selkirk.
What's the paddle? You using a boomstick?
I use the Selkirk Era.
Era, okay.
I love the Era. I have the boomstick. I just haven't used it yet because I don't have time to practice with it.
Yeah, makes sense.
But hopefully I'll use it soon. But I still love the Era, and I'm gonna keep going with it till I lose and don't play well.
Fair enough. Anouar, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back to Unforced Errors. We have finally our final guest, Columbus Sliders member, very tall individual. It's Ross Whittaker. Ross, thanks for joining the show.
Awesome to be here, Frank.
So take me back. Let's reverse here. Let's go. How did you get into pickleball and kind of like get us to that point?
Absolutely. So I was a former tennis player. I played D2 college tennis at Walsh University. It's in Northeast Ohio, near Canton. I got out of that and started actually as a school teacher for a little bit.
Nice.
Pickleball came about and started to, I was actually teaching tennis as well as a side job with the teaching. And one of my tennis instructors, very old gentleman, awesome guy, he said, "Oh, come out here and try out pickleball." I was a little skeptical at first.
Yeah.
But I went out there. I was so addicted. After just 30 minutes with him, I went back to the park and was that guy that was asking people to play. I was asking the older guys because that was all that was there at the time. But I was, I decided to start playing with some of the older local guys near Canton, Ohio. And then from there, I started to play a couple, 5-0 tournaments was the start. Did well, went to pro, and now here I am. And that journey's been about 3 years.
So how long have you been pro, I guess, technically?
So I started playing in general probably about 3.5 years ago, and then I've been probably pro for about 3 years.
Okay. What was the turning point that you were like, I'm going pro? Or was this an easier thing because you have the tennis background at a high level? Was it kind of just the transition was a little smoother?
It definitely helped a lot. I could tell like certain techniques and shots were very similar. So the tennis, and I hadn't competed in a while because I had stopped playing, the high level tennis for a little while. And after, I saw I could compete again, it was like, oh man, this is awesome. So I decided to play, like I said, some 5-0 and won medals pretty consistently. So then I journeyed into the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
And I think the deciding factor was I want to compete again at the highest potential level I can.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it, and it worked out so far.
Yeah, we get that a lot where people need that outlet, the athletic outlet, the competitive outlet from college sports, whatever, could be usually tennis.
Yep.
Tom Protzek was soccer, but anything, any collegiate level, you're looking for that next step there. So you end up, we'll go back to the sliders a little bit because I do want to talk about that. You end up on the sliders. The team chemistry, insane. The athleticism, the talent through the roof. Give us like a little behind the scenes about that and how you guys all gelled together.
So at first, we started to get to know each other, and we were still figuring stuff out about each other, chemistry-wise. The do's and the don'ts of each other. You can say this with them, but you can't say this with them. And we started to figure it out. We had a great couple owners that took really good care, and they were very passionate about our team, and they were always there. As well as we even had a coach, which is Andre Deescu's coach. His name's Alex, and he was a phenomenal part of the team that was almost like our coach figure. And he kept us in a good state of mind throughout the whole thing, as well as each other, between CJ, Andre, Paris, and Leia, myself, and Marcella. We were always there supporting each other.
Yeah. Tell me what it's like, being around Andre, because his personality I think if you knew ahead of time, but now he's now almost like this pickleball legend,
Yeah.
What's he like to be around?
At first, when I used to see him on the court, I'm like, that guy is a Russian killer, right? I was like, he's not Russian, Romanian killer. I was like, he is a Romanian killer. And once I got to know him, I'm like, this dude is one of the most upstanding gentlemen I've ever met in my life. He's super mannerly, he's super positive, he's probably one of the best partners you could ever ask for on the court. And then obviously a fierce competitor. And he was probably, I would say, as far as players go, he was probably the leading figure, keeping everyone in a really, really smooth state.
Yeah, it felt like at any point in time where things might start to drift away, whether he was on the court or he's on the bench, it was him that was like, hold on, let's time out, let's reset.
Yep,
he was that figure. It's got to be unreal.
Oh, it is. It's game changing when you have someone that is just that cool and confident running the team at the same time. Yeah.
Awesome. So now you're here in Charleston. Is this first time in Charleston?
Not since I was a kid.
Okay.
My family liked to come here when I was a kid. First time as an adult here.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You have had no time to explore.
I have not.
Because you and I have been here 12 hours at minimum every day.
8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Probably going to be that way again tonight.
So I won't ask you how Charleston's going, but I will ask you how you've been enjoying Challenger. How many have you played, and what's your thoughts on it?
So this was my first Challenger. So this was a kind of new experience for me, but it's well ran, and it kind of reminds me of the OG times of tournaments where, now the PPA has come so far, you feel like you're in a stadium with spectators a lot watching. This has a little more of the OG feel just because it might be a little less of a higher competition, but still tons of high-level pro players here. A lot of the PPA signed players, such as myself and a few others that are here, they're all here. So it still has the high level of competition you're looking for, good reps, and still money and points. So I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I think it's a phenomenal idea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, tell the people what's next for you, where you're heading next.
Straight to Virginia Beach tomorrow morning. Probably get done here, go rest, may get some dinner. I don't know. We'll see what time we finally leave here. But straight to Virginia Beach for the PPA Cup.
What events are you playing there?
I'm playing men's singles and men's doubles.
Who's the doubles partner?
Doubles partner is who I played with in this, Camden Chafin. He's the newly signed 14-year-old phenom. We got bronze here, which I think was pretty good result for us. First tournament playing together in a while. We used to play a bit more, but now he's signed so he can play with me. And I think it'll be a fun experience.
Yeah, it seems like a great relationship. And I've got to spend a little time with him and his family, great people.
Yep.
And I think only up for him.
Oh yeah, he's got potential out the wazoo.
The talent jumps off the page at 14. Can't imagine. I won't tell you what I was doing at 14, but it wasn't competing at the highest level. I can promise you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he's got and I'm happy that he's in the area. Get to help him grow and turn into what I think will be one of the best you'll see coming up within years to come. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. One final question for you. Funniest person on tour?
Funniest person on tour. Well, that's a good question. Hate to give him the gratitude, but it's probably between Rafa and then hometown hero here, Max Wild. Max is a really good friend of mine. Rafa Hewitt, he's a funny guy. I've gotten to know him a lot. His girlfriend Marcella is on the sliders with me as well, so we've seen him. I've got to know him quite a bit. He's a great guy. But Max, Charleston legend. He, whenever we have some off time after a tournament, day off, we're always looking for something to do and explore a little bit. And he's a legend.
Yeah. Well, look, I call him the human exclamation point for a reason.
Yep.
He is electric. All right. So how can people find you? What's the handle for Instagram or however you?
One of the basic ones, Ross Whittaker _PB. That's gonna be the Instagram to reach out on me as. Have an old Facebook, same name, Ross Whittaker. Probably will find me with a pickleball picture there.
Yeah.
Don't look at that as much because we all know Facebook is a little past due, but
sure is.
But that's going to be the Instagram and the Facebook that you can reach out and catch me on.
Great. Any sponsors you want to shout out?
Shout out to Selkirk as always. They've been loyal to me through thick and thin for the last few years now. Pickle Shack, I got to shout out to the Pickle Shack where I'm a director and instructor of pickleball.
This is in Columbus?
This is in Central Ohio, Columbus, in a smaller suburb of Columbus called Delaware, Ohio. Yeah. So that's going to be my home base, and that club sponsors and helps me out big time. So big shout out to them. And those are going to be the two big ones I would give my biggest praise to.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep.
All right, well, it's been amazing having you on. I know it's taken a while. I was joking with a bunch of these people. They just keep winning, so we can't seem to get you here. Not a bad problem to have, but really appreciate you taking the time to jump on here.
Awesome. Pleasure to be here, Frank, and look forward to Unforced Errors moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that is finally going to wrap us up. 3 days at Collins Park in North Charleston, PPA Challenger event. This won't be the last time you see us. We've had a blast. Special thank you to Jacob and his whole crew from the PPA. They've been excellent. Players have been so great to us, and the community is unmatched. So we're looking forward to getting to another one. We hope to see you soon, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.